live. What's up, everybody? NK person. Wait, that has to be you, Gail, right? NK's purse is there. It has to be you. I know it. Okay, guys, all the members, I put the what you have to type in to be entered in the giveaway, but don't make it obvious. Just you have all night to type that in, and you'll be entered because I'm not going to pick the winner until the end of it. So just type in the phrase just randomly. Don't all do it at the same time because we don't want to give it away because this is just a members giveaway. So you have to be a member to be entered. So if those of you that aren't a member that want to be a member, if you become a member during this, then you'll be able to go to the community post and see the word, and then you could type it in. It's under the community post. So anytime tonight, if you join, you could go over the community post, find the word, type it in, but don't do it all right away, guys, because then they'll know what it is. Just kind of like randomly, randomly do it because you'll have all night. Okay. And then I am gonna do one. It's for a $30 gift card to Starbucks. So hopefully that's a good one. And then I am gonna do one from subscribers, maybe next. I don't know. I got to figure out what I want to do for subscribers because I have to do because I feel bad I don't do them for the subscribers because I know not everybody could do members, could afford it, and that's fine. And you're still a part of the family, and still, it's just as important. So I want to make sure I do one. I just have to figure out what I want to do a giveaway for the subscribers. But I wanted to try this real quick for the members with the word. Everybody's guessing. Wait, find out. You guys are cracking up. Okay, so yeah, so you have all night to type it in. So. All right, so hey everybody, hey Mayflower, Crime Curious. Yeah, I'm gonna end up switching out some of the emojis. So instead, because you have to earn so many members just to get like one emoji. I mean, I have some already built up, but so I'm using all mine. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of like keep switching them out until I could add more. So they'll kind of like change as to go with whatever we're talking about. So I might end up changing some of them out, but of course I have to keep the NK part. That one's gonna probably be a keeper. So we are gonna watch. Hey Marge, hey Christy Babs. We're gonna watch oh wait, hold on. Okay, so we're gonna watch the NK interview and kind of talk about it. It's not a new interview, but it's a new video. Remember, that's the audio we all heard a million times probably, but there was no video to it. I mean, they didn't release the video, so it was finally released. And it's very interesting. It's the one where her dad's with her. Well, it's not the one in the park because you have the one in the park where her dad's with her and her dog, and then you have this is the next one. And then the other video that we've already seen is the one after this one. So this is the middle one with her. This is the one with her dad. The second one with her dad. Hey, Anna Brown. So it'll be interesting. I haven't even watched it all. I just was kind of skipping through certain parts. I wanted to see like reactions that I was always like, what was the reaction? So I kind of skipped through a little bit. So I haven't actually watched the whole thing straight through. I was kind of waiting to watch it with you guys. So, all right, guys, the purse. So this is you, right, Gail? And you guys, there's going to be another huge giveaway coming up. I want to see. Diana, are you here? Did you end up messaging me back? Hold on a second. No, not yet. Okay, so I'm going to show you. She did a video of it, but I can't share it on Facebook. Oh, I just almost poked my eye. What was I doing? Wow. So anyway, I'm trying to get to figure out how I can show the video, but her and Gail, Diana Wright and Gail, they collabed on a quilt that they made just to do a giveaway. How awesome. And so Gail did like the top, Gail, you basically designed it as far as the pattern, right? And then Diana did all the stitching. So like the stitch pattern will be Diana, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a collab they did together. And I have pictures and like a video I'll end up showing you, but it's going to be all for members only. And I might do members on the two highest tiers because quilts are very expensive. And I guess it's like worth, like if you were to buy it, it would be like $2,000. Am I allowed to say that? This quilt, because quilts are like, they're quilts are expensive, and they just made it for the channel. How awesome is that? They did it for me to be able to do a giveaway for my members. So I think it would be fair to just maybe do the members on the 2 highest tiers. Do you think that's fair? Because there's 3 tiers. Or do you think I should do it for all the members? I don't know, but that's coming up. So that's a huge giveaway. Then you guys that like quilts, they're really awesome. I used to have the one hanging. I do still have the one. Remember the one I had back here. I'll have to do. You know what? Maybe sometime soon I'll pull down my green screen and I'll do it for a background for a live coming up. She basically quilted my banner. It was awesome, and she did it like where she did skull stitching and roses stitching. So amazing. Yeah, so Gail did the top and Diana quilted it. But I'm asking, so like since you did the top, Gail, does that mean that you created the pattern, right? Like you did the design, what it looks like on the top, right? Am I understanding quilting right? Actually, let me turn my phone off so it doesn't make noises. Not off, but on silent. Hey, thanks, Callum. I'm home from the hospital. Yay, you're home. How are you feeling? Thank you for your super chat. Forest. Yeah, do you like my back? I switched it up. I'm like, I might as well switch it up since I already did one live today. I might as well do the next one with a different background. So, or actually, this was this the one I had on the big background, I think, but I kind of like switched the bigger one around. But anyway, okay. So, no, I have 2 quilts. So she already gave me 2 quilts. Diana made me 2 quilts. No, free. Like the one with my banner, and then she made me one before that I actually did use for some of my lives before my banner one was up. They're amazing. I will definitely have to use it next time or show you next time. And when Diana has like a little video of her kind of in the process of making that the quilt, it's for the giveaway, so I'll share that video when she gives me the link. And yeah, so that's coming up, guys. But that's going to be definitely for members. So okay. Anyway, so you guys ready to watch this? Okay. How many of you guys already seen it? How many of you guys already watched the video? Do a thumbs up if you watched it, thumbs down if you haven't. I'm just curious of how many people have already watched it that are in here. Hey, Rachel. 14 asterisk. And then Bella might be joining us like halfway in for like a part of it too. So hopefully she'll make it for some of it. So we can have a good old time. Hate crime soap opera, Tony. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me check out something. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I did that right. Okay. Anyway, you guys ready? Oh, I want to ask you. I know that's what I was thinking. Since it's so valuable, I was thinking to just do the top 2 tiers. So you have to be in either the Justice Warriors or the Love Warriors. They're the top 2. But since it's such a high value quill, I feel like, because then it'll narrow like those people, because they should have more perks. So I think I am going to make it for that. And okay, so let me see how many people. So we got, okay, cool. So there are going to be some people just watching it first time. Good. Okay. Well, either way, it's good. Everybody will. All right. Not the new one. Okay, cool. So listen, I edited 2 of them because I wanted to see what you guys thought looked clearer. Because one of them, it clears it, but it kind of darkens it in a way, and the other one I just kept it the same. So but I made the volume a little bit higher, and I kind of zoomed in a little bit. So I want to show you both and see what you guys would rather, which one looks better for you. Hold on, let me bring them up real quick because I don't know. I couldn't tell. Like I'm like, I I kind of like this one better, but this one looks a little bit clearer, but then this one's a little lighter with my OCD. Or with my indecisiveness, I should say. That's not OCD. That's, well, OCD of making both of them. Yeah, probably, but not being able to pick is my indecisiveness. Okay, so where, hold on, let me get them out. Okay. There's this one. Okay. And then one more. Hold on, let me get the other one up and I'll let you guys see what you think. But then how am I going to tell? Because I bet you some people are going to say one. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just pick one because then some people will probably like one. Well, we'll see because maybe everybody will all say the same thing and like the same one. Okay. There's not a huge difference. Okay. So this is the, well, I don't even know. I can't tell the titles of them. So here's one. Hey, K-Clo. Okay. I'm not going to start it yet. I just want to show you. Here's the one, okay? And then here's the other. There's not a huge difference. That's the original. This one's a little bit darker. It's supposed to make it clearer, but I don't know. I almost think that this one, what do you guys think? Okay, so this is one. I'm actually going to probably put it like this. So that's one. So put a 1 if you want this one, or a 2 if you want this one. It's a little lighter. This is the one that how it came, and the first one is like, it's supposed to like clear it up, but it kind of like, not clear, what's the word for it? Sharpen. It sharpens the image, and then so this is supposed to be like a sharper image, and then this is just the original. There's not a huge difference. So 1 or 2. You guys, I make it so confusing. Or let me do it again. Here's 1. Okay, and then here's 2. I guess 1 is sharper. It's just a little, the background's a little bit darker. I think 1. What are you guys thinking? I'm thinking 1 actually. Yeah, I'm gonna just stick to 1 because I should never, because like I knew I was gonna have a mixture and it was just gonna confuse me even more. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, they're both pretty. All right. Okay, you guys ready though? I don't know. I should never have made 2 because now I'm like, which one? Okay. I'm trying to see like what you could see a closer like react like physical. I don't know. They're both blurry. Yeah, I know. All right. Most people are saying one like this one, right? All right, okay. So let me just see something really quick and then we'll go. We'll start it. Just give me 1 minute, okay? And then we're gonna start it. I'll get a couple people time to come in. I just want to see something really quick. Really quick. Really quick. And we'll get to see the reactions. We've been wanting to see that for a while, huh? Like some of the things were like, well, what were they looking at? Or, what was their body doing? Hold on a second. I just want to see something really quick. Oh. Okay. All right. I'm going. All right, so I am going to stop it though and talk as we watch it. So I hope I don't annoy people because this is like a reaction and a commentary and discussion as we watch it. So that's what we're doing here. So I just hope if those of you that are going to get annoyed by that kind of a thing, then maybe you could watch it on, you know, something that somebody's just playing it straight through. But I do want to stop it. So we are gonna kind of talk about it. Okay. Alrighty. I guess we're gonna go with 1, right? Let's do it. You guys all ready? All right, let's do it. Okay, let me get the volume back up. Well, why is this on? Hold on, okay.
720-656.
I just turned the recorder on. Okay. So again, this room is recorded and video and audio. We introduced ourselves in the lobbies and earlier, so we're just going to do that again real quick. My name is Kevin Kovac. I'm with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and we're assisting the Frederick Police Department with this case involving Chris Watts. And this is Tim Martinez, also an agent at CBI. Sir, if you just introduce yourself.
Dwayne Kessinger. I'm Nicole's father.
Dwayne, what's your birthday?
November 3rd, 1958.
And home address for you, sir?
8801 West 65th Avenue.
What city?
And that's Arvada, 8004.
And a cell phone or a home phone or where?
720-982-4547.
Thank you. And Nicole, can you just introduce yourself for the recording?
Nicole Kessinger. Do you need all the other stuff too?
Yes, please.
I live at 12255 Claude Court, Unit 612. Phone number 720-656-9605.
Claude Court, is that? I think we determined it was North Glen, right?
Yes.
You know your zip code?
80249.
Okay. Can you speak up just a little bit so the recorder, I know you're tired and you're stressed, and we won't be here any longer than we have to be. You've already had a conversation with people before. You came here on your own free will to talk to us. We picked you up at your request and brought you here. You can get up and leave at any time. You don't have to talk to us. If there's a question you don't want to answer, don't answer it. If you don't want to talk anymore, just tell me I want to leave. And I'm kind of in the way of the door, but you're not being interrogated as a criminal suspect. We're here to understand your relationship with Chris and what you know about Chris and his family, and events relating to Chris Watts. And do you know him as Chris or Christopher?
Either one.
Okay. So the phone number that you reached him on, can you tell me what that number was?
I think I deleted that out of my phone too. I just like cut him out of my life. It's a 910 number. You guys have it.
We gave it to Mark yesterday.
Yeah, I probably
He'll
have it,
have
but
it.
just in case.
I don't have it
If I
anymore.
recited it to you, would you know it?
Just the first 3 numbers.
But you know it as a 910 number?
Yes, that's what I do know. I mean, that's what I got.
North Carolina or something.
Yeah.
That's
North
what it
Carolina.
is.
Okay. So let's just start with like a timeline of your getting to know Chris, how you guys met, where you met, all those things. And let's just run. And I'm not going to ask you specific questions unless I think it's necessary. I'll let you just tell me your story. I think it's a little bit easier that way. So I just want to know how you met him, where you met him, how long you guys were dating, and those kind of things initially.
Okay. I think I met him sometime in June, probably early June. It might have been May. It was just talking at work. It was pretty casual. And he didn't have a wedding ring on his finger. And every time I talked to him, he didn't tell me that he was in a relationship. He didn't even mention his kids right away either. And then one day he told me that he had 2 kids. I was like, that's pretty cool. and started telling me about his kids.
That sounded like a sarcastic comment.
No, I thought it was kind of cute. I was like, oh, he's a dad. It was like right around Father's Day too. So whenever that is in June.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm not good with holidays.
he told me he had kids, and then it was Father's Day shortly after
Okay.
that. So that's what I do now. And I was like, I thought it was cute. And then he's telling me about him. He's pretty excited about him. And then he mentioned that he did have a significant other. And then he told me that those two were in the process of a separation.
Did he mention the children's name or his significant other's name?
I didn't know his significant other's name for a while. And then I think he told me his kids' names pretty quick, but to be honest with you, on an exact date of when that happened, I don't know.
So in May and June, first of all, where do you work?
I work at Anadarko Petroleum Corporation. I'm contracted to Anadarko Petroleum Corporation
Okay, and you work out of an office setting where?
in Platteville, Colorado.
Okay. And Chris also works out of that location, per se?
Yes. He's in the field, but he comes into the office with his team.
So you work, what is your job responsibility?
I do health, safety, and environment.
Okay, so you work in the office and you take care of health safety for, Anadarko is an oil and gas company, right?
Yes.
So you're doing health safety in the office and Chris works in the field
Yes.
as a, what kind of job does he do?
He's an operator, so I don't know like all of his daily duties, but he's a field operator, so he works with like the oil wells.
So he goes out and does work on those, whatever
Yes.
that work might be, but he comes into the office frequent?
In the
or-
mornings, his team meets in the mornings. They're not all in there every day. Some days some of them are in there, some days other ones are in there, but in the mornings typically from like 6:15 to probably 7, somewhere around there.
Okay, so yeah, so I am going to stop it and talk. So I hope it doesn't annoy people. So yeah, good point. 14 asterisk. She didn't know. She pretends that she doesn't know. She didn't know their name for the longest time. But what about that Google search from what 2017? Well, one was Chris Watson and one was Shania, but they were like before they even supposedly met. So yeah, that's a lie. And you'll see coming up, she says that she doesn't know the name of the street, but the day before the murder, she Googled Saratoga Drive, and then she Googled also Ronnie Watts. Remember the day before? That was really weird that she did that. Even though I'm one of the rare ones that does not think she was there that morning. Don't come at me, but I don't. But I do think it's really weird that she Googled the address. I don't know why. It is odd. But so yeah, she'll say she doesn't know that. Obviously, she knows it. She freaking wrote the whole thing out the day before the murder. Obviously, she knows Shanann's name. What was the other comment? Oh, and Alicia, I wanted to say, yes, no. You have heard this because the audio was released. This isn't the same video. There was 3 audios, 3 interviews released. The one at the park was audio. It was the one, it was kind of really bad recording because they were outside. You heard the wind blowing. It was the one she lied about how many times she went to the house. She said once, and I mean, she lied so much in that one. And then this one is the second one. This is the day after, I think, the park interview, I'm pretty sure. And then the third one is the one where you saw the video. It was the other video that was released at the beginning where it's just her, remember? And you see her from the side. And this one, it's the one we only heard the audio and you could see it's her and her dad. So just want to clear that up. Okay. And if anybody else, yeah, comment, because if anybody else has like cool, like good comments, I'll stop and yes, and remember he even says, can you say her name? Like, you don't want to say her name, like, can you say it? And then he made her say Shanann, or he does. So, or was that, now I don't remember, is that this interview or the other video interview where he makes her say the name? Not sure, but one of them, he's like, can't you say your name? Can you say it? And then she's like, Shanann. And she says it like she did not want to say it. It was like painful for her to say it, but okay. Hi, Dodie. It's this one. Oh, is it this one? Okay, cool. Cool. This is like one of the more interesting ones, I think. Okay, I'm going to continue.
Is that where you met Chris?
Yes.
Okay. So can you just take us through kind of a little bit of the early part of how he courted you or you courted him. I don't know which one happened. How you guys got to know each other.
I guess we just started talking. He actually, so part of my job is to manage the gas monitors that we have. So Anadarko requires all of their field personnel to carry like gas monitor sensors for toxic gases, and it's my job to control the inventory, any issues, anything like that. And we were having some pretty serious like equipment issues, and we had numerous amounts of people coming in my office one day, and he happened to be one of them. And I'd seen him before, like they meet in the lunchroom, and that's where I go put my lunch in the fridge. So I'd seen him, but I didn't ever like talk to him. So that day we just started talking, and then every time I saw him in the hallway after that, and it was always hit or miss, like it wasn't an everyday thing, it was just when I saw him, we just started talking, and we just kind of had a lot in common and just hit it off, so we'd always have, pretty good conversations. And then, I don't know, one day he told me that he had kids and started talking about his kids, and then mentioned, yes, that I have a wife, but we're getting separated. I said, okay. And then,
When do you think that was?
when he said all that?
So specifically when he told you he was getting separated from his wife, was that within the first couple of weeks that you knew him, or was that later on? You said you met him around May or June.
Yeah, it was still in June.
Okay.
It would have been before Father's Day.
So had you guys ever gone out on any kind of
No.
date at that time? You just were
No.
conversing at work?
Yeah, that's all it was. And then, I don't know, we started hanging out. We hung out. We went to a park. Hung out at a park.
Let's go back real quick. So why did he tell you that he was getting a divorce? Did he ask you out at that time?
No, he didn't. I think he was probably interested in me. And so he talked to me a couple times via his work phone, and I was like, no. Like, it was still very, like, friendly conversation. But then when I realized, like, this man is interested in me, I'm interested in him, this is personal, so we got away from the Anadarko thing because I really don't want those guys affiliated with any of this. And
So you have a work phone that's specifically...
no, I have one phone that I do both on. He has two phones.
Okay, so he had your phone, the 720-656.
That's the only number that I roll with all the time.
Okay.
So he has.
Sorry, one more thing as comments come up that make me remember some things. Okay, first of all, yes, who said that she looks at the camera a lot? That's one thing I noticed that when I was just skimming through a little bit of it. She's constantly looks like straight at the camera, so she's aware of it, I'm sure. So good comment, Tony. Dress for winter. Yeah, but what do you, okay, so I have a question. I know the other video she had on her little hoodie with the long sleeve shirt. This one, it's at least, I mean, her arms, it's not fully down her whole arm. But what are you guys thinking that means? I mean, do you think she's hiding? Like, what do you think she's hiding? Like track marks, bruises? I'm just curious what the theory is behind why a lot of people point out her dress in the winter. I know it's in August, it's hot, it's probably hot. That I don't see very odd that she's wearing, because it is like only half, she hasn't pulled up, or the hoodie probably would have been a little bit hot. But and then another one I wanted to make a point of, because I don't know if this is in the first one or second, but remember, because I did a video where I did like a compilation where I pointed out like all the lies in all our interviews. I can't remember if this is this one or the next one, or the first one or this one, but remember, she goes on to say, it's not like I said, let's get married and I want to get married and I want to have your kid. Well, yeah, good point. She did Google wedding dresses, so it is like that. And she did also tell Chris she wanted to have his son, remember? So it's like, there's just so many lies, even though I don't think she had anything physically to do with the murder. I don't know why she has to lie so much. But anyway, okay, let me continue.
Two phones.
All right. One of those owned by Anadarko and
Yes,
one
sir.
personal.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what his Anadarko phone number was? Okay.
It's been so long, and I mean, I'm sure I could like look it up, but I tried to look it up for those guys yesterday, and I couldn't find it.
Okay. We can find it. That's okay. Just wondering if you knew it.
But at that point, we just like took it to his phone because I just felt it was like better that way. And we just continue to talk, and then
Let me go back to the park. Where's the park?
it's like down the street from my house. It's called East Lake Number 3.
Your house?
Yeah.
I know I'm getting so annoying, but I just want to say one thing. I agree, Lala. It was totally different than what I thought too. Don't come for me here, but I actually think it's better than what I was thinking. Like some of it's like, I don't know. A lot of it makes her look like better than what I was kind of imagining, I would say. So yeah, definitely different than what I was picturing. A lot of the parts where I'm like, wow, I wasn't picturing this or that. So yeah, me too. I agree, Lala.
In North Glen?
Yes.
And that was in the June timeframe.
Yeah, or like the beginning of July. It was like right around my birthday. It's like so sometime at the very end of June or the beginning of July.
Okay. And that's the first meeting you had outside of work.
Yeah.
The basic conversation for a first date?
I mean, we kept it pretty simple, I guess, you know. I don't even remember everything we talked about. We
Sure.
were there for a few hours. But
Understand so if I ask about conversation, what I'm looking for, was he talking about his family during any of these meetings? Those are the kind of, I understand whatever you guys were talking about, relationship, your life, your interests, those things, we don't need to know that. What I'm interested in is knowing is when he brings up his children, when he brings up his wife, when he brings up financial information, when he brings up his home, when he brings up anything that may have been, and it's been a few days, so you've had a chance to reflect on some articles that you may have read, and unfortunately, that you're in a situation where somebody has been murdered. And that information, when you look backwards in your memory with the conversations with Chris, anything that he might have said that would be relative to that, and I'm not just, even if one day he was mad and he said, I want to do this or do that, anything like that, if he ever made any kind of statements that you were like, whoa, that was weird, or why would he say that, or why did he mention that? Do you understand what I'm
no,
looking for?
I completely understand. I just feel like some of this happened so long ago that I can't tell you like the exact words of the exact conversation at the exact time
Sure.
and place, because it's like we had a lot of conversations. I mean, we talked every single day. So it's
if there's
like I'm trying to help you guys with the stuff that's more current. I can give you guys a lot more like detail and exact times. But when you're asking me about something that happened 6 weeks ago and exactly what was said, it's like, I mean, I'm sure I can give you a general idea, but to be honest with you, like to pinpoint exact words, it's not going to happen.
I'm not looking for exact words, just more, let's say 6 weeks ago he said something that triggered with you last night. That's what I'd be looking for. Or something 4 weeks ago. And if you don't remember where it was or the specific words, that doesn't matter. Just he said something that was off the wall, or he said this or he said that has caused you a moment to pause and you go, wow, I wonder why he said that. Now knowing what you know today. Do you understand where I'm going with that?
I completely understand. And to be honest with you, I mean, there were several discussions that we had about his current relationship and where it had gone and what it had caused. And he talked about his kids from time to time. But the thing is he was never hostile. It was never anything aggressive. Like even when he spoke of his wife and the fact that they were separating, it was never like ill. It was still very kind. It was just like, this is not working, and would explain why, but it wasn't anything out of the ordinary or anything that I think would scare me. And to this day, even after everything that I found out, I still look back at that and I don't see any red lights with the way that he spoke of his family.
Okay. Can you just describe his overall demeanor over the 8, 10, 12 weeks that you guys knew each other?
It wasn't that long. It was like 6 weeks that we were hanging out. Well, I guess we knew each other longer.
Okay, but you met him in the office, and just his overall persona, was he aggressive? Was he mellow? Was he calm? Was he outspoken? Who was Chris?
So, did you see that little twitch that she did when she said, like, I guess I knew him longer, and that was kind of weird. Did you guys see that? Man, I wish Bella was here because I don't know a ton about, like, the technical body language. I just kind of go with like my experiences and what I've experiences with people. I do watch a little bit of it, but not like some people watch a lot of it and know it really good, like Bella it does. So I'm hoping she does make it to some of this. But does anybody know what that would mean? Where do you guys? I'm going to rewind a little bit. Where because we all have this feeling that she knew him longer, right? I mean, she looked Shanann up a year before. She looked even Chris's name up like that, like way before she supposedly knew him. So we all have this feeling like, God, she has known him longer. So when she just said, he said like 8 or 10 weeks or something, she's like, no, it was more like 4 or 6 weeks. Oh, how long we've been hanging out? Well, we did know each other longer. And she kind of like twitched and went like that. Did you guys? I am going to rewind it. I just wanted to show you which part I was talking about. So let me see. Her head goes, she kind of goes like this. Okay, let's see if I could find it. It's there. I think it was right there.
Everything that I found out, I still look back at that and I don't see any red lights with the way that he spoke of his family.
Okay. Can you just describe his overall demeanor over the 8, 10, 12 weeks that you guys knew each other?
It wasn't that long. It was like 6 weeks that we were hanging out. Well, I guess we knew each other longer.
Okay, but you met him in the office, and
did you
just
see
his
that,
overall.
Man? Like that's what she goes. I guess we knew each other longer. It's like a twitch, like a. What do you guys think? What does that mean to you guys? Anybody know? You guys saw what I was talking about, right? Which I think it has to be a sign of something because I believe she did know longer than that. I'm gonna timestamp that so I could show Bella that. That's probably like at 13:10 or something. Just very odd little twitch right there, right at the moment where we know she's probably lying. Okay. Okay. So you guys saw what I was talking about. Okay, I'm gonna continue playing it now.
Persona. Who was he aggressive? Was he mellow? Was he calm? Was he outspoken? Who was Chris?
I think he's an introvert. I would consider him to be like a pretty, I don't want to say he's a very reserved individual. I think he's probably more reserved around other people. I think he emphasized to me that one of the reasons that he really enjoyed talking to me is because he felt like he could get out of his shell. He said around most people he just like didn't really feel the need to like talk and converse, and it wasn't just in his home life, just in general. It wasn't something where he's an introvert. And he said with me, it made him feel like he could really just start talking about things that excited him. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that we had things in common. So with me, I think he was a little bit more outgoing, but even then, I would still consider him to be an introvert. I mean, not on the extreme end. If an introvert went to like 1 to 10, I'd put him at like a 4 or 5. So on the lighter side of introvert.
Pretty even-keeled.
Yes, like really relaxed, like all the time. He was never really like worked up about anything, just
mellow,
chill,
easygoing guy.
Very much.
Okay. And he was that way with you. Did he ever have any kind of? Did you guys ever have arguments? I mean,
No.
Pretty short relationship. No arguments during that time.
No.
Did he ever lose his temper at any time?
Never.
You guys never had a yelling match?
No.
So you never saw him upset or mad?
No. And there was a couple times that we had some disagreements on things that as we like further progressed into this story, but it was never like, I am very calm when I talk to people. It's like extremely rational when I handle situations that there's a disagreement in, and he always was the exact same way. Like always. Like I never stressed anything. I think one thing that actually kind of drew me to him was the fact that he was like very open with communicating with me if there were any like differences on how we saw things or just like open-minded about things. It was actually, I personally thought it was kind of unique because usually most of the men that I've ever met are typically very closed off, and I didn't get that from him at all. But it was always like kind, very kind.
And notice how she says at all a lot. And this is one thing I picked up just listening to all of her interviews, where I feel like when she's saying at all, it's like, it's when she's, what did she just say? Hold on, what did she just say? Oh, she didn't notice anything about him at all. And I feel like, doesn't he say that too? at all, like when they're kind of not being totally honest. I don't know. Let's keep an eye on it. I know she says it a lot because she already said it earlier. I was going to point out earlier when she said it and I didn't, but let's see what we could see when she says that. Strange. She's wearing long sleeve black top. Puts her bag on the table. Wait, hold on. Let me see what you say. So are we sure this wasn't filmed Monday? It's so strange. She's wearing a long sleeve black top, blue jeans, and she puts her bag on the table at one point, like the one in Nate's video. Interesting. I'm not sure what you mean. Like what? She says there are red lights. She's well, she meant to say red flags, but she said red lights. But yeah. No, yep, she can't, definitely. Okay. All right, so I'm going to continue, guys.
So, no sense that this guy had a temper or
Not at
was aggressive, or he never lost his mind and yelled and said crazy stuff or anything like that. Okay.
No.
So can we just kind of go back to your relationship? You say you guys had a lot in common. What was that?
Oh, I mean, like, we're both really into fitness. I think that's important. It's a lifestyle. Both of us ate pretty healthy, so I think that was important as well. He's like a total gearhead. He likes cars a lot, and I don't know nearly as much about them, but it's always been something that I've been pretty interested in, so we definitely talk about stuff like that. And I guess he was always willing to like learn new stuff and vice versa. Like, I like to travel a lot, and it's not something that he's done a lot, but he seemed like really interested in what I had to share with him and vice versa. So even if it wasn't something that we originally had in common together, it was just like, hey, I respect what you have to say, and vice versa.
So you guys just yin and yang. You got along pretty well.
Very well.
And no time, he never gave you any indication that
None.
that he was having issues. So during your guys' dating time, did you guys spend most of the time at your place?
Always.
Okay, always at your place.
Or we'd go out, but I told Mark yesterday, he asked me if I went over there, and
Wait, can I just rewind it? I wasn't looking. I wanted to see how reaction when she said always. And I was looking at the chat. I'm just going to rewind it a couple seconds. Sorry.
So you guys just yin and yang. You got along pretty well.
very well.
And no time, he never gave you any indication that
None.
that he was having issues. So during your guys' dating time, did you guys spend most of the time at your place?
Always.
Okay, always at your place.
We'd go out, but I told Mark yesterday, he asked me if I went over there, and I told him about one time that I went over to that house. I've been to that house twice, but it was very, very brief, and it was not like an extended stay. I did not feel comfortable there, or like, I just didn't want to be there. It's not my life. Like, that is somebody else's life and somebody else's existence, and I respect that. That's their space. And so I used to tell him, well, come to my house because this is our space. This is my space. And so for me, out of respect, just for like whatever situation he had going on and the fact that it's not my home, I felt that it was better to be in my place. And I live alone. I don't have any roommates or anything, so it's pretty easy to do that.
So during June and July, were you aware that his family was not his? Did you meet his children?
Nope.
During
Didn't want
June
to.
and July.
And he didn't ask me to.
Okay.
I mean, not that I didn't want to ever. It was just not now. It's like you're not finalized with your separation, and not only that, we've barely been dating. Like, you can't introduce kids to somebody new in a situation like that. That's something that takes time. I mean, would I have liked to have met them? Of course. That would have been a great honor for me to have somebody introduce their children into my life, but not then. It was something that it was like, okay, well, let's see where we're at in 6 months. Let's see where we're at in a year. And if we're still doing this and you and me are still, happy with where we're at, and you think that this is something that is going to be long term and is worth bringing your children into the picture, then yes, I would love to meet them. But it's like, not right now. You are still in this situation where you're not even completely out of it, and you think that this is something that is going to be long term and is worth bringing your children into the picture, then yes, I would love to meet them. But it's like, not right now. You are still in this situation where you're not even completely out of it, and you think that this is something that is going to be long term and is worth bringing your children into the picture, then yes, I would love to meet them. But it's like, not right now. You are still in this situation where you're not even completely out of it, and you think that this is something that is going to be long term and is worth bringing your children into the picture, then yes, I would love to meet them. But it's like, not right now. You and I'm getting in it, and that's not fair for them. And that was kind of the policy that I had with him, was it was just like, yes, but not yet.
So did he ask to introduce you to his children?
Not at that time.
Okay.
I think both him and I were on the same page of eventually, if things went as they should in
I understand you guys'
relationship.
relationship is very new and young.
Yeah.
So, although it was short, just laying everything out helps us understand what actually was going on with him. And
Yep.
I might ask you a question and you're going, why the heck would he ask me that? Probably because I have information that I'm not willing to share with you, and I'll tell you that right now. I'm not going to tell you. Some questions I'm going to ask you, and you go, what the heck? I want to share some information with you. Just, it protects you, it protects our investigation. So if it seems weird, there's a reason I'm asking it,
That's
and
fine.
it's usually relative to what I know. So don't take offense to it. Again, it's just part of what we need to know.
Understood.
So just, you went to his house on 2 occasions.
Yes.
Was that recent?
No, that was like pretty early into it, and I did not like it and did not want to go back.
Do you recall where the house was?
Yeah, it's like right off the highway in Frederick.
Okay. And you know the streets?
I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out again if I like really had to. Like off the top of my head, no.
Do you know the street name?
No.
Okay.
I would have to like drive around in there to get there.
So that's a lie, because she Googled Saratoga Drive the day before the murders. So she knew the actual street name. I mean, so yeah. And you notice how like her voice when she's like, oh, somewhere off of Frederick, it got like real like high and soft when she was saying that. So I'm actually gonna timestamp that to show 2020. Okay. 10, how about okay. So that's a lie. I mean, we know that for sure by her Google searches. Okay.
Okay. Did it look like anybody else lived at that house at that
Oh,
time?
definitely.
Okay.
I mean,
So is that what
thing.
freaked you out?
I mean, he told me that he was living in the basement, and he said, we're separated, but we're not divorced, and we're going to get ready to sell the house. And that was the impression that I was under. And I was under the impression that they were taking everything pretty slow with this, with like getting ready to sell the house. I mean, those are big things. So that's what I was informed. And I mean, if you think about it, this whole thing happened in a 6-week stretch. Like, it's not really that much of a time frame. So in that sense, like, it's believable to me. Yes, I went to the house, and the first time I was there, I hung out in their like front living room. I just sat on the floor, and it was on the 4th of July. It was the morning of the 4th, and I was helping him to set up my MyFitnessPal app and like track his food, his calories and stuff, because he does pretty good with the working out and stuff. And he asked me, he's like, can you help me just like get this dialed in? It's like, yeah.
Sorry, I keep stopping it. But do you know how she did that thing with her voice again? So do you think that's when she's kind of like nervous and lying? Like when she said my fitness app and she like goes up and like really light. So I don't know. I feel like, what do you guys make? Those of you guys that are always watching these behavior, body language analysis, what do you make out of that? Because she did it when she was talking about where he lived. She said somewhere out in Frederick, and then when she talked about what she did with Chris that day at the house. So is she? Well, we know she's lying about she knows where he lived, but is she lying about? Did she really do that? Is that why she went over there? Is that really what happened? Did she even do his fitness app? Anyway. Oh wait, let me see which ones I have stars. Oh yeah, dark C, trembling voice. She keeps fluctuating the tone. It gets higher at point. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then it gets higher and lighter, where it's like, and it's like she's breathing in and she's talking, like she's sucking air in, and like really light. And yes, she did. I mean, she's changed her stories about like the time, because in that first interview she said 1 time, and then she switched it to the 2 times. There was just so many lies. Oh my god. And then she would like come, but it was weird because it's like lies within the same interview. You know what I'm saying? Like where she'll say, oh, once, and then the same interview later on, she'll say twice, like that kind of things that you catch. I had them all like in my notes written out, but I did do a video on it. So maybe I'll have to link it. Okay. So let me see what you guys said about that though. about the voice did you all think she was going to do? Oh, when she's scared and lying. Yep, so that's what I was thinking. Exactly what I'm thinking. Like scared and almost like when she's nervous and lying because she's scared. Like because that's what she's doing. I agree, Cherry. All right, let's do this. If she truly did sit on the floor, it may have been out of guilt, jealousy. Oh, and then the whole floor thing, right? The day she explains and all these. So the day that she went and supposedly the day she sat on his floor was also the day she said that he was cleaning his carpets. He moved all the furniture because the freaking carpets were wet. Remember, the door was propped open to dry the carpets. All the furniture was out because the carpets were drying, and that's why they sat on the floor. But so what? They sat on a wet floor, so just things just don't make sense. If you just scrub the carpet and it's wet, you're just gonna go sit on the floor when it's wet. I don't weird stuff. All right, let's continue, I guess.
Yeah, I can do that. So that he invited me up to the house, and I was already kind of hesitant to do it because I was like, there are other people that live here, and I just felt like it was an invasion of space. And so I went up there, and we just stayed in that front room, and I helped him out with that, and got him all set up with that. And then, he asked me if I wanted lunch, and he grilled chicken and carrots. And then that's all he had. And I was like, okay, so we ate, and then I left. And then there was another day about, I can give you the date-ish. Let me look at a calendar. I think it was the weekend after my birthday.
Just a thing on the courtesy for the phone for, what was that guy's name, Don?
This gentleman,
Oh.
Thornton PD. I just met him today. Do you want to do the phone
I forgot
today?
about that.
For TPD?
It's not for them. They're doing it for us.
Yes.
We don't have the equipment with us to do it, and I asked them to do it for us. They're not involved in this investigation. He would just be a computer person. He would not be looking at any of this stuff. That would fall to myself. So keep that in mind. He's not involved in this investigation. Thornton PD has nothing to do with this, other than letting us use their facility and helping us with some electronic download. He's not going to look at your phone right now. He's going to put it on a disc, and they're going to give it to me.
Gotcha. I don't know, what do you think? I really want to help you guys. I do. I feel like this whole thing is just going to be crazy regardless of whether I give you my phone or not. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. Like, it's happening. It's going to happen.
Well, the text
Media's just
reiterate
gonna-
what you've been saying all along, so it's not like...
Well, they do. That's the other thing, too. I mean, that's kind of a good backup. Yeah, I'll give
I
it
think
to 'em.
you hit the nail right on the head. There's reasons why we want everything. It validates things that we know. I'm not going to come out and tell you that if you tell me something today, we'll validate it with your text messages, whether it's the ones we have
Yeah.
now or the ones you're going to give us.
I'll give
Certainly.
it to 'em. If you want to go get him.
I want you to read this, is what I want you to do before you decide that, okay?
So the second time I went to that house, I'm not sure what day it was, but it was the weekend of the 14th.
Of August?
July. I don't know if it was the 14th or the 15th. One of those 2 days. But we had went out and we stopped there just real quick on the way back. And we were there not very long. But that time I saw a picture of his wife and one of his kids. And I remember thinking to myself, like, wow, she's so beautiful. And I took a step back and I was just like, this man has a gorgeous house. He has beautiful babies. He has a beautiful wife. He has an awesome job. Like, why would he want to leave this? And I remember talking to him about it, and that was the first time that I tried to actually say, what do you think about not separating from your wife? Like, what if you really try to work on this? And he had expressed to me that we've tried to work on this, and it's not working, so that is why we're separating. And I spent some time, like, just, kind of, because it almost made me feel bad, where I was, like, to the point where I'm engaging in a relationship with a man who, the way he described it, is in a contractual agreement, but was not in like an emotional relationship with somebody. And for me, the way I would have preferred to do this is to have waited till that contractual agreement was also done, and he was done. And he could have approached me and said, I'm just had a divorce, you know, maybe we could take this slow, what do you think? But instead it was, oh, we're separated and we're working on a divorce. And that is the part that I feel bad about, because I should have waited on that, and I didn't. And, you know, I was just like, well, they're already there. So, you know, but then being in a house, I was just like, why? Fix this. Find a way to fix this. Make it work, you know? And I was like trying to push him to do it, and he seemed pretty reluctant to do it. He didn't want to. And, I don't know, we were still seeing each other fairly frequently, but I kind of like backed away so we weren't hanging out quite as much, and we were still close, but it was just like I really wanted him to try. Like I wanted to know that he tried and it didn't work, and then he moved on, not that, you know, they both kind of tried and then he got himself into a situation with somebody else. And I don't know, I just thought he had a beautiful life going on, and he could have made it work. That was the way I looked at it from the outside.
So is this something you reflected on since this event, or was this you?
No, I was doing it then. Like
you said, this doesn't look right. He's kind of, I don't want to be responsible for breaking up a marriage, especially with 2 children. Is that kind of the gist I'm getting here?
I didn't think it didn't look right. I mean, I think he was legitimately sleeping in the basement, and I didn't think that these two were, I mean, I think it was like, hey, we're both stuck in this house for now. We got to sell this. In the meantime, you live here, I live here. We sleep in different rooms, take care of the kids. That's just like kind of how I took that. And no, I didn't think it didn't look right. I just thought it just seemed like he had so much going on, and it was just beautiful that I was like, why don't you?
Man, or am I imagining it? Because I can't tell if it's just like the pixel, because it's not a very good what's the word, like resolution or whatever. I can't tell if it's a pixel, or is her eye her right eye, it would be her right eye, so we're looking at her left side, it keeps like going like twitching. Do you guys see that, or is it just like maybe like a glitch in the video, or does she have a little twitch? So I keep seeing her go like this. I don't know, what do you guys think? Am I just imagining that, or are you guys seeing it too? Yeah, maybe. And she did say she hasn't got very much sleep, so maybe like lack of sleep brings it out a little bit or something. It's not like it's not happening like a ton, but it's enough where it's some. I mean, it's enough where it's happening, you know, like kind of often. So I don't know. And I just wanted to point out a couple comments. So, yeah, that good point, Miss CD. You felt so bad that you ate lunch there. And yeah, exactly. And then I love how she is having an affair with him, and then she tries to act like she has morals. Yeah, I don't know which interview she says something like, I respect monogamy or whatever. I don't remember if it's this one or the first one. So I remember I made a joke, like a video, like every time it's like talking about how she's having, you know, she realizes that he's with his wife still, and then she's still seeing him, where I would like put in that little clip where she says that. It's either I support monogamy, I think it's I respect monogamy, I think that's how she says it, or something like that. So do you guys remember that? I'm not sure, like I said, if it's in this one or the first one she says that, but anyway. And then I wanted to also make a comment on, where is that comment up here? Hold on, let me find it. I don't know, where is that? Shoot. I don't know. Okay. Let me just see if there's anything else I want to comment on. But see, I don't think she's known to have Tourette's. I don't know. I mean, how would we know, I guess? So maybe it is just like a nervous thing that's going on. Yeah, any more, if we zoomed in, of course I could zoom in more, but any more of zooming in is just going to make it too blurry. So this is about the most I want to zoom in without really affecting the picture, where it just makes it too blurry. You know. Yeah, definitely. Well, no, see, I'm not okay. I've gotten a twitch in my eye where it just like twitches, where if you were just sitting there talking to me, you probably wouldn't see it unless you paid really close attention, where you get that little twitch. But this is something different. This is like where she's going like this. Are you, Mayfly? I'm not sure. Maybe you're talking about that. Or are you just talking about when it like twitches, where just like you could feel it go? But this is actually like a noticeable one. So, um, yeah, exactly. So I'm not going to zoom in anymore. It'll just be too grainy, but I wish it was a better quality. Okay, so how far? Okay. Oh, thanks, Alyssa Marie. Go check the community post for the but wait to put it in so it's not obvious for whatever you have to put in to enter in the giveaway today for the $30 Starbucks card. It's under my community post for members. Okay, so it is a nervous problem, geez. Yeah, that's what we're saying. It's probably because a nervous system problem. No, I don't, but I don't know. I'm not convinced that she has some nervous system problem. I'm thinking it's more just, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we don't know much about her, but I don't know why I don't think that she has one. I just think it's just nerves and lack of sleep. And maybe because she's nervous. Oh yeah, nerves. That'd be because she's nervous too. Sorry, and I am kind of like going through this slow too, because Bella's gonna come in too, so I kind of want to make sure we have some left for when she comes in. So, but I wanted to go through it and stop anyway. Okay, let's see. If she doesn't have Tourette's, then something was very wrong at the moment for her to twitch like that. Oh, thanks, Queen Elizabeth. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. And then Alyssa Marie, thank you for joining. And let's start this. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That we don't see her in the other video. Well, we don't see her head on from the other video though. But I don't know. I would probably bet money that she doesn't have Tourette's, because we've never heard anybody say it. I feel like, I don't know. I just don't think she has it. I just think it's of it's situational. It's up because of the situation she's in right now. Okay, I'm gonna start it again.
Just try this out, and see if you can fix it. And he'd always be like, well, what about us? What about us? I'm like, don't worry about us. Like, that is more important. Like, try to see if you can, like, salvage whatever it is that you have going on with your wife. And I always got the impression that he was a great father to his kids, like, always. And so, I was like, and be the dad that you want to be. I was like, and see if you can make it work. And he just, like, we kind of talked about it off and on for like a few weeks, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I think I was kind of like cold feeting about it after I went over his house. And so this was like pretty early on. And then he told me that he went to North Carolina, and he was like, I'm gonna talk to her when I'm in North.
Look how her voice did that same thing again. How it got really high and soft. Like, what? Wow. I got my lollipop, guys. I'm writing timestamps down of certain things I want to see what. Okay. All right. Oh, yay. Ligia Estrada. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Mexico. Yes, yes. Oh, thanks, Shane. How are you? Thank you for the super chat. How you doing? All right, I'm going to continue. I'm going to eat on my lollipop, and I'm going to push play. And thank you again, Shane.
North Carolina, and see if I can get her to do this, to like try to like rekindle the flame.
Okay, so try to salvage his relationship as you've been asking him
Yes,
to do.
and then if he
When did he
decided,
go to North Carolina?
I think it was like the last week of July, somewhere around there.
Okay.
So I mean, this was like a couple weeks that I was just kind of like trying to push him to do that.
Let's pause at North Carolina, and we'll come back to that real quick. I want you to read this. If you don't understand what it means, then ask me the question. But basically what it says is you have the right not to let me look at your phone. I'm asking to look at your phone for the purposes we previously discussed, for the text messages and your phone log, and unfortunately the photos that are attached therein too. That information is only relative to this investigation. I'm not looking at anything else except for the conversations between you and Chris Watts, and the phone data between you and Chris Watts for phone calls, for times and dates for those phone calls. And then the content of the text messages that are there. And we'll write that specifically down here. Understand
I
that
just don't want anybody to get some of those texts. Like, they have nothing to do with this case, and they're just like,
between you and Chris?
yes, they're just
So just tell me what
they're just kind of raunchy. Like,
Okay,
I
well,
don't need anybody.
everybody's
I
an
don't
adult.
Need that posted like
We're not going to
somewhere.
post it.
I don't want the newspapers to get that. That's all I want.
The
I just
only
need
ones
them
that
to
we would
not
be
get
looking
that.
for, again, is the same kind of questions we're getting to here, is things about his children, things about
Understood.
his wife, the
Understood.
questioning of, did he ever, has he ever said something to you that might indicate, maybe not then, but now, that there was something like this in his mind? Or, you know what we're looking for. I don't need to come out and tell you that. I understand the embarrassment of particular photos or potential sexual types of conversations you may have had with Chris. It's not relative to the investigation. We don't care. Okay, you're an adult. I'm an adult. Everybody in this room, even your dad, and I give it to you for saying that stuff in front of your dad, because I'm not sure many women could do that. So that's not what we're after. We're after the information that corroborates things that you've told us, and also that corroborates or may tend to prove that things that Chris told us were a lie. You understand that? And that's maybe going a little bit far. I usually won't tell people that, but because of your reservations, that's what I'm looking for. If I can disprove something he's told me by a phone records don't lie. People do. Okay? So if I can disprove something that may be important, that's what I need it for. I'm not saying I can. Has it happened before? Absolutely. Is it critical in cases that I've worked in the past? Yes. So that's why I want it. Okay? Again, you don't have to give it to me. You can tell me, I don't want you to have it. Go get a warrant. I'm not even going to tell you if I go get a warrant, try to get a warrant right now. I'm just asking for you to consent. And again, we can write right here what you're willing to give me, which is the text messages and the phone log. And unfortunately, again, the attachments on some of those text messages. And I'll write it on there, and then you'll just sign it. Okay? Do you understand the questions there? Do you have questions about any of the things that it says? You understand you don't have to do this. You're doing it of your own free will. And I know you're tired, so if you want to let your dad read it too,
He will. Thank you.
that's a good idea.
Can you fill it out before I sign it?
Yep. And just, you read it, and if you have any questions, then we'll put on there what we're after.
I am so hungry.
You know what? I'm gonna switch it because I'm gonna put on the other one and see, because for some reason I think it's almost pixel, because when that person pointed out, it looks like her eyes are blinking at different times. And then I started really looking, and I think it's the pixels making it look that way. So let me try. I'm just gonna try to put on the original, with the one that doesn't what's the word for it? Clear I don't know, whatever I did that, like where I made it like sharpen, that doesn't sharpen it. And let's see if that it's still looking like that. And Trish, I agree. I mean, I do agree. Like I said, I don't think she had anything to do with the murders physically. I think what I've always said is probably the most that she has to do with it. Just my opinion, and I know I am definitely the minority, but we're all allowed to have our opinions, and I let everybody else have theirs, and that's fine. It's fine. Most people do think it, but I just think if she is, the most that she's involved is maybe saying something where Chris possibly misunderstood what she was wanting, or possibly her saying it, wanting that. But like, I don't think she physically was there. I think she was just saying, like, for example, like, man, I wish you could get rid of your family. I wish you didn't have your family. I wish, you were never married, or saying like little things like that, where Chris took it like she like wanted him to get rid of his family. That's, I could see that happening. And I think if it wasn't for her, he wouldn't have done that. Obviously, I mean, he even says if it wasn't for her, he didn't even realize that there was anything wrong with his marriage, she said. But I think, yeah, she probably said little things like that, I'm guessing, and he took it as like, oh, she wants me to get rid of my family. Possibly even maybe she purposely was saying things to manipulate him to do it, or maybe not even realize he was going to do that. But whatever it was, I don't think that she was involved either, Trish. I really don't. I don't think she physically was there, but we are a minority. So just realize that everybody's allowed to their own opinion, and they have good arguments, and like, it's okay. They can have their opinion too. They let me have mine, even though I don't agree with them, so it's very open here. You're allowed to have everybody's allowed to have their own opinions, and hopefully they're not judged or attacked. Okay. That's what I would like to see in the chat. Okay, guys. Okay. So I'm going to put on the other one. I have the time because there's just something not right. There's no way that her eyes are blinking at different times. And if you really look, the pixels, I think, are making it look that way. So let me just see if I put on the other one, if it changes anything. So 32:33. Okay. I'll be right. Let me put the other one on. 32:33. All right.
255.
Hold on 1 second. And if you guys are like, no, put it back on the other one, it's better, then I will. But let's just see. Okay.
And I know you're tired, so if you want to let your dad read it too,
He will. Thank you.
that's a good idea.
Can you fill it out before I sign it?
Yep. And just you read it, and if you have any questions, then we'll put on there what we're after.
I'm so hungry.
You should have told me. I would have got you some food. I got food in my car.
It's not staying down. It's just coming.
She hadn't been
back up.
feeling good, not because of any, just
Like, I got sick prior to
Jim.
this whole thing happening, and then I think all of this compounding with the
Stress.
fact that I'm sick, it's just not good. I've not really been eating or sleeping much at all.
yeah. I'm with you. We definitely need to accelerate the case because the more it takes, the less sure that they are of situations. But on the other end, I think if you do just that only,
You tell me what you're willing to provide to me, and we'll
is that
write it
good
on.
enough?
I just want, like, our text conversation, and then, I guess, our phone call records.
So I'm going to put.
So the time and date of the phone call records, and then our text message.
Could we
Text.
get photos of him?
Huh?
Could we get photos of him?
Off of
Would you
that?
mind if we got his photos that he sent to you?
Oh, well, they'll be in that text message thing.
So all his photos were sent. There was no apps or anything else you
No,
used that you
no,
guys
no,
were
no,
sending.
no,
It was
no.
all just text messages.
Yeah,
Okay. So it'd be an attachment to a text that he sent you.
pretty much.
But
Everything is in the text and the phone call records.
so
Like, all of it.
because we don't have it on tape, we discussed prior to turning the tape on Tuesday, which would have been the 14th of August. You had read some newspaper articles on the 13th and the 14th that regarded this case. You had also had a conversation with Chris at some point during the day on Monday. And on Tuesday, because of what you found, specifically what you said was, and don't let me put words in your mouth, but you found out that his wife was pregnant.
And yes.
And you did not know that prior. And you found that out via the newspaper articles, and that caused you concern.
Well, I just realized that he was lying to me, and I was like, well, if you can lie to me about this, what else are you lying to me about? And it made me realize that maybe his wife was in danger at that point, and it was day 2, too, and she still wasn't home.
What did that cause you to do with your phone, though?
Oh, what? When I deleted those? I was just kind of grossed out by him, to be honest with you. I was just like, I don't know what's going on right now, but you just lied to me, and I don't want to see this come over my phone anymore. So I removed it.
So you you already said, but you removed text messages.
I deleted all.
So do you guys like, I feel like the other one was clearer than this one. This one is even worse. It's making like, so what do you guys think? Don't you think the first one was a little better? But did you see that face? Like she said, I removed it, and she'd made like a weird thing. I'm going to rewind it. And you guys, I've showed the thing. I used to live in Colorado, and I showed the map. Remind me, I'll get the GPS. If you go from her house to Anadarko, you go right through Frederick. So she could have been driving to work when her phone pinged in Frederick. And yeah, it didn't ping any other time, but who cares? And what do we have, like a month and a half or something of phone records? But who cares? Maybe she didn't use the phone any other time at that moment where it would have pinged as she was going through Frederick. And then people made the argument, well, she called him every day in the morning besides that day. And then I even showed him the phone records that she hadn't called him in weeks in the morning leading up to that day. So that's not even true. So if you guys want me to show you, it's not right. Like you would go right through Frederick. Either way, she could have pinged in a Frederick tower. There's two different ways. There's 25 and I think 85 is the other way. Both ways you could hit Frederick towers. One is more a little bit through more Frederick than the other. And secondly, she didn't call him every day for the last 2 weeks leading up to that. And the phone record shows, I mean, every morning. So that's not true. It isn't true that, oh, she called him every morning, but that morning, that's not true. And I showed people on lives a couple times, but no, everybody keeps repeating the same things. And I don't know. And I've tried to show there's a definite explanation for all that. But just my opinion. I know, like I said, I get passionate about my opinion too. I know, but it's okay that people think that, and that's fine. I mean, yeah. I mean, who knows? I mean, you would never know, but that's just from from what I think. Okay, so what do you guys think though? Don't you think the first one was a little bit clearer? Why is this one like bothering me? Let me see. Nobody answered, huh? And I'm gonna rewind it. She does this weird thing where she's like, I don't know. It's weird. Why didn't it ping before that? Yeah, the first one's more clear. Because we only have like a month and a half of her phone record. So I mean, we're saying in a month and a half, yeah, maybe she didn't happen to make a phone call at that same moment when she was driving through Frederick for a month and a half prior, but that's not that odd. I make such random calls. Like if you would track my phone calls, like, maybe that day you know what I'm saying? Like maybe no other time that day that she picked up the phone and went to call somebody when she was in that area. I don't think that's weird. We all make weird, we all don't have to pick up the phone and call at the same exact time every day. So no, I don't. And we only have a month and a half. Now, if you go back like a whole year or something, but no, I just don't think it's that weird. I think it's definitely a possibility. I think there's an explanation for it other than her being there. Or another explanation, maybe she did swing by there just to, I don't know, who knows? But it doesn't mean that she was involved in the murder. But I just think it's just she was on her way to work and she happened to pick up the phone and call somebody at that time where it hit the Frederick Tower. That's I feel like it's just as simple as that. And I feel like I don't know, but like I said, okay, so I'm going to put on the first one because the first one is a little bit clearer. So 3518.
Should have told me. I would have got you some food. I got food.
3518.
Realized that maybe his wife was in danger at that point, and it was day two too, and she still wasn't home.
What did that cause you to do with your phone, though?
Well, let me just say, we don't know which way she went. First of all, we don't know which way she went and which way she didn't. That's the whole thing. And either way, when you're you're in Colorado, a lot of the times you will see traffic. Sometimes you'll take 25, sometimes you don't. That's something you kind of look for. So I personally, if I would look at the two routes, knowing Colorado like I do, like I mean, I'm sure you guys, there's people that maybe you know it better that live there now, but I lived there for 9 years, and I probably would pick that way. If I looked at both of them, I probably pick 25. But no, I'm not saying she always did 25. She could have did either or, but maybe like one day she's like, you know what, traffic's usually bad on this day. I'm gonna go 85, or maybe she looked, or she decided I'm just gonna go this route this time. But how do you know she didn't go that route? Just because her phone didn't ping in Frederick for a month and a half, or what, we don't have our records for that long, I'm just saying we don't have our records forever. So like, just because her phone didn't ping for a month and a half in Frederick doesn't mean that she never went that way. It means that she never picked up the phone and made a call in that moment where she was going through Frederick at that time, in that part of her way to work. That's all that means. I mean, think about it. That doesn't prove that she didn't that she didn't go that way in a month and a half at all. It just proves she didn't use the phone going through that part of Frederick on her way to work at that moment. That's all that proves, which is very, I mean, I could see that happening. My opinion. Maybe not. You know what? I'm not explaining this right, because every time I've said it probably, God, probably 10 videos I've tried to explain it, and then I get the same arguments, which is fine. But I'm wondering if I'm just not explaining. I'm not like showing you what I mean very good, because sometimes I'm not very good at putting into words, because it's just so simple. Like, it's not, to me, it's like it's just such a simple concept, but maybe if I'm making it more difficult because the way I'm wording it, I don't know. But anyway, I'll show you the map. I got to put it in my files, or actually I could probably just create another one, just Anadarko. But see, I'm afraid if I go do it, then I'm going to miss something important in this interview that I want to talk about. So maybe after I'll bring it up, and I'll show you the phone records, and I'll show you the map, where either way could probably ping it. One would be, more through Frederick, one way, the 25 one, but either way I could see that one possibly even could hit a tower in Frederick. But I'm thinking more she probably just went on I-25. I mean, why not? It's not a bad way at all. It was the first one that came up when you looked it up, so thanks, Julie. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Go look at the community post for the giveaway word you have to type in. Okay, let's continue, guys.
Oh, what? When I deleted those? I was just kind of grossed out by him, to be honest with you. I was just like, I don't know what's going on right now, but you just lied to me, and I don't want to see this come over my phone anymore. So I removed it.
So you already said, but you removed text messages?
I deleted all of his stuff because he lied to me. I mean, that's what it was. It was the hurt that made me delete it, and then it was the lie that made me start questioning everything else he'd been telling me for the last few days.
And that's when you decided to come forward?
Yes.
Okay. So just for context,
yes.
When people delete stuff off phones, usually we go, hold on a second.
No. It wasn't malicious at all. It wasn't malicious at all. He lied to me. It just hurt. Like, I had never felt like he'd ever lied to me before. And it was a big lie. I mean, telling somebody that you're in the midst of a divorce and then you have a wife that has a 15-week-old baby on the way is a huge, huge thing. And I was very taken back, and it was hurt. And so at that point, I deleted it. I had a few more quick things to say to him, and then I just got rid of him. That's literally what I did. I just cut him out of my life. It would have honestly been like a bad breakup kind of thing. Like, if none of this other stuff would have happened.
Pausing it again. Plus, it's good because, like I said, hopefully Bella will be able to get to see more of it then. But the more time I take going through it. But okay, so I just wanted a couple people commented. I just wanted to say something too. What was it now? Hold on. They were still married. Yeah, I think, she does lie a lot, and she is hiding something. Obviously, she's trying to hide something. She deleted her text. It's not just because she was removing them from her life. I agree with that. But I think she could be hiding. Number one, she's embarrassed about the pictures and all the raunchy stuff That's the small part of it. I think, just my opinion. You know what? It could come out and I could be totally wrong, and she was there, and and I would be like, "Yep, I was wrong." It really could. I wouldn't be that surprised. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know, but yeah, I might totally be wrong, but I think another thing she could be hiding is because it will come out that she was aware he was married. She probably did say mean things about Shanann. She probably did say things now after the fact that she was afraid it would make her look bad. Like, God, I wish we could get rid of your family. Or I wish you didn't have your family. That she's nervous because it would make her look like a horrible person. And it would make her look like, wait, did she have something to do with it? Like the little things like that. Because like I said, I think she did say things like along those lines. So that would make you a little bit nervous. So I think that's another thing. And maybe how she talked about Shanann, and it just wouldn't make her look like a good person. And also, yeah, just things she probably said that she was a little bit scared of, because after the fact, it could make, wow, that does not look good. And the fact that she probably did maybe possibly know she was pregnant, possibly. Well, we know for sure that she knew he was married, so that probably was very obvious in there that she knew it and she didn't want them to know, and she was probably just scared too. Number one, it would make her look like a horrible person. Number two, it could make her look like, oh wait, people questioning her, so it could just be as simple as that, because it is obvious that she is scared about something. She's lying about something, but I don't think it's that she had anything to do with it. I think she's nervous about some of the stuff she said that can make her look really bad, and that could possibly make them wonder if she had something to do with it. And yeah, no, I do think she knew about the pregnancy too, though, actually. I think she realized it that day. This is another one of my theories I had. I was going through all this. That day that she went over there, the second time she went over there when she freaked out and saw the picture, I think she saw something in there that showed her that Shanann was pregnant, whether it be like baby stuff or something in Shanann's room. Because remember in the book, it says that she like freaked out that day and like came down the stairs all looking like what did they say she looked like all pale, mad or something, that she saw a ghost or something. I forgot how he described it, but she looked like she saw something, and she went outside. She was all upset, and she sat in her car, remember? And then Chris called her in, and then he said, wait, what was it in the book that he said something about the pregnancy came up, remember? Or did he say that now I forget, it's been so long. But I think that's when she found out that day, and that's why she freaked out. And he had to talk her off the ledge, and she freaked out. That I know on 4th of July he had to talk her off the ledge too, but I think this was another time he had to. I think that's when she found out she was pregnant. So I think that it would show that she lied about that. So that's the thing. It's showing she's lying about all this stuff. So then it makes her nervous, because then they're going to suspect, oh, shoot, why is she lying about all this? I think that's what she's trying to hide. I personally do. Okay. Yeah, I agree. But I think something should happen big that day on the 14th. If from what the book says about how Chris explains what happened, that big argument. You remember, you guys, well, maybe not all you guys read the book. The book, Sherilyn Cato's book, where that day on the 14th, where he says she freaked out that day, remember? And she went out in the car and he had to call her, and she was like freaking out, and then she came back in. And yeah, I think that's when she found out, in my opinion. So yeah. Okay, so let me start it.
That's what it would have been. That would have been the end of it.
The information was not destroyed because there was anything in there that would be harmful to you or potentially to Chris at this point, but harmful to you in particular. That's not why you did it.
No.
You did it out of, excuse my language, this guy's an asshole, so I'm getting rid of him, and I'm getting this stuff off my phone.
That was like me kicking him out of my life.
Okay.
And then, like I said, and then realizing that he lied, that was when I was like, okay, maybe his family is in danger and they're not coming back and they're not staying with a friend.
Yeah, when did I go over there? Tuesday morning?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday.
I called you Wednesday morning.
That's when we started this.
That's a weird thing that I pointed out. But now that I see, well, no, I'm trying to see. That wasn't the reaction I thought. I was always trying to picture what that looked like when she corrects him when he says Tuesday and she goes Wednesday morning. Yeah, it's like almost like she's kind of upset, like no, it's Wednesday. Like she wants to keep it like no Wednesday. But I wonder if it's just his innocent thing where he really did just screw up the day, or she was trying to keep him from saying that day. I don't know. Who knows? What do you guys think about that? That just I forgot to rewind that one part where she made that face. Shoot. I was talking. I don't even remember where it was at. You know what? I think it was at 30. She made the weirdest thing to him. Do you guys remember? Do you even want me to rewind it to find it or no? Shoot, let me see. Because when I switched it over, yeah, I'm gonna go. I think it was like. I know it's definitely like. We're just gonna start it here. I don't remember exactly, but it's when she's looking at Kevin. Go back and she's like, I forget what they're talking about now, but let's just watch.
On there, what we're after.
I'm so hungry.
You should have told me. I would have got you some food. I got food in my car.
It's not staying down. It's just coming.
She hadn't been
back up.
feeling good, not because of any, just
Like I got sick prior to
Jim.
this.
I'm so glad I rewound it. I missed this part. This is the part I wanted to point out. I pointed this out in an interview too, or when I was going through the interview where he says Jim, and everybody said he's talking to the detective or the FBI agent. He's talking to him. His name's Jim. For one thing, his name's Kevin. It's not Jim. For number two, he's looking at her. Why? What's that all about? I've been wondering what the heck does he say Jim for? Am I not hearing that right? So he says, "Oh, you should have told me. I would have brought you some food. I had some in the car." Kevin says, and she said, "I haven't been able to keep anything down." And then her dad says, "Oh yeah, she hasn't been feeling good." And he says, "Jim," and that's it. What Jim? What does anybody know what that even means? My mind goes to Jim, her friend. Like, was he about to say something about Jim? Oh, Bella's here! Yay! Come up, Bella. Hold on. Wait, are you ready to come up, Bella?
Hey, can you hear me?
Okay, good. I added you. I'm like, wait, what if she wasn't ready?
Thank God
Yay!
I wasn't
I'm glad
nude.
you're here.
Hi, everybody. I've been listening on the way in. I haven't been watching, but I've been listening.
Oh,
Can
okay.
we give a disclaimer that we've heard, some of us have heard this for 3.5 years, right? But we haven't seen it. And some of you I know have seen it already, maybe one time, maybe 2 times, right? What's really good about the more you see this is the different ways you can see it. We all have our bias, and we kind of got to leave it at the door when we're viewing this. The first time you could watch it all the way through, there's a way to watch it, maybe turn the volume down and just watch how she's acting, interacting with the detective and with her dad. And what probably brought a lot of us to this case and how we look at this case is from a personal perspective, right? So if you have been cheated on, you're going to see her as the person who you cannot relate to. If you have been a mistress in a relationship, you're gonna kind of understand a little bit more where she's coming from. There might be other things that that have nothing to do with mistresses that make this case resonate with you. But it's really important, and it's hard. It's hard for me, I when I was trying to do it, to leave all of my thoughts about her, and at the door, kind of check them at the door, walk in like you don't know this woman, and you're trying to understand what is the motive of this interview for her. What is her reasoning for giving this interview? Is it to help? Is it to exonerate herself? Is it to exonerate her boyfriend? Is it to get money? What are the motivations that you see or that you sense. That's an interesting foundation of looking at it that, you know, it's hard to do. I love your background, Tiff. You're muted. All down there little and everything.
Thank you. I said I think it's definitely just to exonerate herself, but yeah, thanks for the background. Or
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it. I was like, man,
Thank you for having me.
because I don't know what to look for. I mean, I'm not like that familiar with a lot. I just know I go by like my experiences, but like, and I've watched a few. It's been a while since I've watched like those type of videos, and I know you know a lot. So I was like, man, I hope she makes it for a lot of it
I know
to
a
see
lot.
what we can catch. So like,
I'm kidding.
she's been twitching a lot. What's going on? The hugest one was at the beginning where wait, what was it about again? Oh, about how long she knew him. And she goes like this. It was just weird. But then we've been catching like she does this a lot. But I don't think she has Tourette's. I really don't think that, because some people are like, you idiot, she has Tourette's. But no, I don't. I think it's just the situational thing. She's nervous. And I think I don't know if it's when she's lying or not. And then another thing I want to ask you is there's times where she gets like, her voice gets high and it sounds like she's breathing in as she's talking into the light. What does that mean? It seems like it's time she's lying too and she's really nervous. Does that mean anything or no?
It depends on the pattern. So one of the first things you want to do is look at her and develop her baseline.
That's true. Shoot. But are we going to be able to?
Yeah, because it's a long interview. It might take you a few times of watching it.
Maybe we should have watched it first, huh?
No, I think you're doing it. I think the way you're doing it is great. I think that getting input and kind of, because this case has been on so many of our minds. And if you're new to this case, welcome to the circus of this case. But no, it's a very interesting case. It's a very rare case of a family annihilator who appeared very normal. So it's going to touch so many people in different ways. And they're going to bring that in to the way they look at the case. But yeah, so also take into account, okay, the motivation of why you think she's doing this is going to be very telling on the way that her speech is. We all have different cadence and voices that we use with different people in different situations. And she's with two men right now and talking about very embarrassing personal things. So maybe that has to do with the way I don't know the specific times of what you're talking about, like the talking.
No, because these are more rare. I mean, this is not like a common thing she does. I mean, it's common, but it's not her normal thing. It's like she does it in certain moments, and I think it means something. But no, yeah, I mean, I think. Oh, go ahead, finish. I feel like I know.
No, but it could be, there could be so many factors. And it kind of, just like when we were with Peter Hyatt, it's a cluster of things. So it's not just one thing, like a tilt to the head. It's more of like clusters. So it's red flag, red flag, red flag. Okay, all those together make this awkward. But yes, definitely talking very, talking like this. What Greg Hartley calls talking at the front of the mouth talking versus, just when you're kicking it with your friends and it's kind of, I don't know if I could switch really quick. I don't know to do it really well. But when you're just kind of talking like this versus front of the mouth talking like this, so
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to rewind where he says Jim again. It's just so weird. Am I hearing that right? You guys are hearing that too, right? Or am I just hearing something wrong? I mean, you heard him say Jim, right? Anybody?
So
Bella,
Dwayne says Jim?
Yeah, they're talking
Okay.
but it doesn't, the way he says it, it's not like you, in a way you would say it where it's like, oh, Jim. It's like he just said Jim. Like, it's so weird. Like he's calling for him. Jim. It's not like it's like he's, I mean, I want to think that he's about to say something. He stops his sentence, but the tone of it or whatever is just like he's just saying Jim. I don't know. But like originally, well, my opinion would be like he was about to say that Jim had something. he was going to bring up Jim had something to do with maybe why she was sick, or maybe because he was there and he was talking about or something. Because she talks about not being able to keep anything down, and he says, "Yeah, you've been sick lately. Yeah, she's been sick lately." And he's like, "Jim," and then he just stops. I don't know. And I always wondered if she gives him a look like "shut up," like that's what I pictured. Like she's like, "No, don't say anything else," but she doesn't. She's not even really looking at him. I don't think. I'm going to watch it again, but.
Yeah.
So why does he just stop? It's not like she gave him like, don't say anything. He just says, "Jim." That's it.
Fading. But it could be before they walked in there, she told her dad. I mean, this is not true. Like, this isn't something that I've heard. I'm just putting this out there. She could have told her dad, like, we're not to talk about Jim. We're not to talk about blank, blank, blank. And maybe he
caught
said
himself.
it and caught himself.
Yes. Here, let me just try to find it real quick.
Okay.
I'll show you. Tell me what you think.
On there, what we're after.
I'm so hungry.
You should have told me. I would have got you some food. I got food in my car.
It's not staying down. It's just coming
She hadn't been
back up.
feeling good, not because of any, just
Like I got sick prior to
Jim.
this whole thing happening, and then I think
When she's talking, he says it. So
I hear
maybe he
it.
just stops because he just realizes, oh, she's talking, so he doesn't want to interrupt her. But what was he going to say? Jim, do you think he's talking about her friend, Jim? What do you think?
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
do.
Okay. But do you think he stopped because, oh, shoot, I better stop, or because, oh, she's talking? So I'm
Can we
gonna stop?
rewind it again?
Yeah. I can't get it on the exact thing because of the way. Okay.
any, just
like I got sick prior to
Jim.
this whole thing happening, and then I think
Well, let me watch that again real quick. Oh man, I hate how I can't get it on the exact spot. Okay.
any, just
like I got sick prior to
Jim.
this whole thing happening, and then I think all of this compounded with the
Stress.
fact that I'm sick, it's just not good. I've not really been eating.
All right. So if I play, Bella, if you want to say something, just start talking because I want to hear what you have to say. So you're not going to feel weird to be like to start talking. So I pause it, right?
Yeah, but when has she been looking up at the camera? When has that been happening? Have you noticed a correlation between lies and looking up at the camera, nervousness looking up at the camera?
No.
Okay.
Shoot.
'Cause
Now
she
I better
looked up
pay
at the
attention. She
camera
does look up a lot, but
at
I don't know.
Jim. Yeah.
Oh,
So
she
it's-
did?
Right after Jim, she looked up,
Oh,
she checked the camera.
shoot. That's interesting. Okay.
If you're very smart and we're all manipulative. I've been learning from my therapist. I hate it. What? I'm manipulative. Get out of here with that. Okay, but if you're smart and manipulative, you can be sly in these situations where maybe you told your dad, and this is all conjecture, guys, and do not run with this, please, but just a thought, food for thought. You can know that you told your dad, don't say that. Your dad says it, but instead of looking at him, because you're an adult, you know that other people are watching you. You know that the camera is watching you. So maybe you just inadvertently, because you're like, shoot, camera's here, I can't do it. You make eye contact with the camera. You're muted. Are you muted?
Yeah, sorry. I got my
You have a
sucker. Get your
lollipop?
sucker.
Where's the sucker? Okay. Yeah. So can we hear it? Can we maybe hear it one more time? Sorry.
That's all right.
any, just
Like I got sick prior to
Jim.
this whole thing happening,
Whoa.
and then I think all of this compounded with the
Wow.
fact that I'm sick.
She looked up, down, then looked back up at it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't catch that. Good catch. So
Well, I don't know what it means because I haven't even seen her baseline, but okay. And you guys keep in mind, this is an interview. It's not an interrogation. So she could have her dad there. Chris had his dad there, and that was, weird. I wonder if the officer, the CBI officer, is thinking, I want to talk about her more with Chris, the intimate things. I wish the dad wasn't here. Maybe she'd open up more, shoot. But yeah. Okay. Sorry.
okay. So when you want to say something, are you gonna just talk, right?
I will.
Okay. All right. Let's go. Don't feel bad because I want to hear what you have to say. So don't
Okay.
feel bad for interrupting because this is what I already warned him. I said if this is not, we are going to stop and talk about it. So if you want to watch it straight through, then you have to you maybe watch it somewhere else because this is what we're going to do. Because, some people will get annoyed. They don't like that. They just want to watch it all. So I already warned them, no, this is not going to be like that. We're going to stop it and talk about it a lot. So, okay.
Oh, Gigi, I'm low.
It's just not-
Okay. I'll make a thing of it. Thank you. Okay.
All right, let's go.
Good. I've not really been eating or sleeping much at all.
Yeah, I'm with you. We definitely need to accelerate the case because the more it takes, the less sure that they are of situations. But on the other end, I think if you do just that only,
You tell me what you're willing to provide to me, and we'll
is
write
that
it
good
on.
enough?
I just want like our text conversation and then I guess our phone call records.
So I'm going to put.
So the time and date of the phone call records and then our text message.
Could we
Text.
get photos of him?
Huh?
Could we get photos of him?
Off of
Would
that?
you mind if we got his photos that he sent to you?
Oh, well, they'll be in that text message thing.
So all his photos were sent. There was no apps or anything else you
No,
used that you
no,
guys
no,
were
no,
sending.
no,
It was
no.
all just text messages.
Yeah,
Okay. So it'd be an attachment to a text that he sent you.
pretty much.
But
Everything is in the text and the phone call records.
so
Like all of it.
because we don't have it on tape, we discussed prior to turning the tape on Tuesday, which would have been the 14th of August. You had read some newspaper articles on the 13th and the 14th that regarded this case. You had also had a conversation with Chris at some point during the day on Monday. And on Tuesday, because of what you found, specifically what you said was, and don't let me put words in your mouth, but you found out that his wife was pregnant.
And yes.
And you did not know that prior. And you found that out via the newspaper articles, and that caused you concern.
Well, I just realized that he was lying to me, and I was like, well, if you can lie to me about this, what else are you lying to me about? And it made me realize that maybe his wife was in danger at that point, and it was day two, and she still wasn't home.
What did
That
that
was
cause you to
another
do with
look
your
at the
phone?
camera.
Really? Because I feel like she's lying that right there.
I do too. This is a part I don't like about what she said. Okay, there was another part. Okay, so yeah, I won't talk about it. It's just too much. But yeah, okay,
No,
so
no, it's-
noted, looked at the camera. So I wish we had time.
But what part are you, what specifically you're saying you don't like?
No,
what
I'm
she-
talking about the other time. We're not there, but like where she was saying, I told him to work it out with his
Oh, yeah. that was
wife.
what-
And,
yeah.
that's not what you would do. She said, her wording was something like, I would rather that we started a relationship where there were like, I'm paraphrasing now, clear cut, like he had broken it off and then we started. That's really easy, Nicole. If that's what you wanted, what you do is you don't answer his text, don't see him, don't until he does that. And if he doesn't do it, you
Well,
don't
that's a lie.
participate.
Yeah, because she was texting him and calling him a bunch when he went to North Carolina, and that's the time she said she wanted him to work it out.
Absolutely.
So we know that's a lie, and I think that's another thing she's hiding in those texts. I mean, because all these lies, that's because she didn't.
Because you're not there when you're a girlfriend, you're not there as like the counselor when you find out that he's still with his wife. Oh, please work it out, work it out. You're there for one specific reason, and it's to be his lover or girlfriend, whatever, his partner. So the point isn't like, you guys really need to work this out. Let me help you. I mean, what do you need? You want some tips? I mean, it doesn't ring true, but it does make her look good, right? Here's a girl that really wanted him to work it out with his wife. So I don't know, but yeah, we're not there. So
Need to rewind it or just keep going?
no, just, yeah,
Okay.
just noted. She looked at the camera at an awkward time that I, try to leave my bias at the door, but it was awkward. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, what? When I deleted those? I was just kind of grossed out by him, to be honest with you. I was just like, I don't know what's going on right now, but you just lied to me, and I don't want to see this come over my phone anymore. So I removed it.
So you already said, but you removed text messages.
I deleted all of his stuff because he lied to me. I mean, that's what it was. It was the hurt that made me delete it, and then it was the lie that made me start questioning everything else he'd been telling me for the last few days.
And that's when you decided to come forward.
Yes.
Okay. So just for context,
Yes.
when people delete stuff off phones, usually we go, hold on a second.
No. It
And
wasn't
that's why I
malicious
wanted-
at
right.
all. It
No, I'm
wasn't
not saying it's
malicious at
malicious,
all. He lied to me. It just hurt. Like, I had never felt like he'd ever lied to me before. And it was a big lie. I mean,
Right.
telling somebody that you're in the midst of a divorce and then you have a wife that has a 15-week-old baby on the way is a huge, huge thing. And I was very taken back, and it was hurt. And so at that point, I deleted it. I had a few more quick things to say to him, and then I just got rid of him. That's literally what I did. I just cut him out of my life. It would have honestly been like a bad breakup kind of thing. Like, if none of this other stuff would have happened, that's what it would have been. That would have been the end of it.
The information was not destroyed because
I'm imagining that. I didn't pick out the other one, but she did this. Do you see that, or is that just the pixels? What are you getting out of it? She just went like this, and then when she did it, the other thing, she did this weird like thing, but that was like a minute ago. I should have stopped it. Are you seeing that or no?
Well, I'm looking at something different, and what I see is that her negative space lies with her right side, or what I'm guessing is her right side. So when she talks about negative emotions, she uses her right hand. When she
That's her right eye is the one that's where she twitches that way too. No, I'm serious. You missed the big one. It was that one. It was that side.
So I would be watching this a few times, and if you guys are on your like second, third watch of this, you're in luck, because you can absorb so much doing that. And I urge you, if you're interested in looking at her body and the way that she's behaving, it's going to take a couple of times to see certain things, because as you see Tiff's looking at her eyes, I'm looking at her hands. But yes, so she's mentioning with her right hand, wife. He told me about the divorce, baby, and other stuff. And what's other stuff? What is she referring to as other stuff, you guys? It's the murders is what she calls other stuff. She doesn't say these horrific crimes, these murders, this, and if this other stuff wouldn't have happened. So it's all right hand. That's where she keeps negative, yucky emotions.
Wait, I was talking again on mute.
Oh,
I'm an
you
idiot.
were?
No, it's fine. I was commenting on that thing. Okay, I missed that. She called it other stuff. Is it? Should I rewind? I want to hear it. Is it just a minute ago? You mean?
Yeah, just yeah, right before.
Oh, that's wow. I didn't notice that. Okay, I'm gonna rewind it. Like, just is it more than a minute ago or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Oh, go ahead though. Are you done?
No,
Or
I'm done. Yeah.
I want to rewind it. I want to hear this. Is that far enough? You think? I hope. Let's see.
you already said, but you removed text messages.
I deleted all of his stuff because he lied to me. I mean, that's what it was. It was the hurt that made me delete it, and then it was the lie that made me start questioning everything else he'd been telling me for the last few days.
And that's when you decided to come forward.
Yes.
Okay. So just for context,
Yes.
when people delete stuff off phones, usually we go, hold on a second.
No. It
And
wasn't
that's why I
malicious
wanted-
at
right.
all. It
No, I'm
wasn't
not saying it's
malicious at all. He lied to me. It just hurt. Like, I had never felt like he'd ever lied to me before, and it was a big lie. I mean,
Right.
telling somebody that you're in the midst of a divorce and then you have a wife that has a 15-week-old baby on the way is a huge, huge thing. And I was very taken back, and it was hurt. And so at that point, I deleted it. I had a few more quick things to say to him, and then I just got rid of him. That's literally what I did. I just cut him out of my life. It would have honestly been like a bad breakup kind of thing. Like, if none of this other stuff would have happened, that's what it would have been. That would have been the end of it.
The information was not destroyed because there was anything in there that would be harmful to you or potentially to Chris at this point, but harmful to you in particular. That's not why you did it.
No.
You did it out of, excuse my language, this guy's an asshole, so I'm getting rid of him, and I'm getting this stuff off my phone.
That was like me kicking him out of my life.
Okay.
And then, like I said, and then realizing that he lied, that was when I was like, okay, maybe his family is in danger and they're not coming back and they're not staying with a friend.
Yeah, when did I go over there? Tuesday morning?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday.
I called you Wednesday morning.
That's when we started discussing, you guys need to get everything that it just,
You can understand the importance of,
oh, no question, we were,
like I said, people lie, phone records.
So did it sound like she kind of got mad that he said Tuesday or no?
I totally expected it to be different.
I did too. That's what we've been talking about. I expected a lot. Like there's a lot of things that are different than what I expected, and I expected that part different too.
Yeah. Was that a hard blink? Because Raquel said that too. Did I just see that right now? Like, did she do that hard blink with her right eye right now? Is that what
Just
happened?
when though? Right when?
Like
Just,
maybe let's say 10 seconds ago.
so after he said that, or wait, I don't know. Shoot, I missed that one because I was paying attention to something else this time. Gosh darn it.
But I think maybe it is like the first time I saw it because it's like the first time
I'm sure it was because she has
okay,
been doing
Bianca.
that.
Okay.
We'll rewind it a little bit.
All right. Thank
But
you, Raquel.
okay, so what did you get from that though? With she correcting him? Do you get anything like?
She just seems exhausted.
Okay, she does seem exhausted. I agree. I think she is.
And I don't know. It's hard to when someone's really exhausted, but humans are really interesting. Is like the more we try to cover up lies, the more other parts of our bodies will lie. So yeah, well, we'll see going through it.
I'll rewind a little bit.
Shoot.
You did it out of, excuse my language, this guy's an asshole, so I'm getting rid of him, and I'm getting this stuff off my phone.
That was like me kicking him out of my life.
Okay.
And then, like I said, and then realizing that he lied, that was when I was like, okay, maybe his family is in danger and they're not coming back and they're not staying with a friend.
yeah, when did I go over there? Tuesday morning?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday.
I called you Wednesday morning.
That's when we started discussing, you guys need to get everything that it just,
You can understand the importance of,
oh, no question, we were,
like I said, people lie, phone records don't, and they really help specifically establish dates and times. I think we have a very good grip on that in this case already, but there may be a time when we go, we need to know something else, and then we would have it. We don't want to lose it, and that's really what it is for us, is if we lose information that later on we go, man, I wish we would have got that. And we may never even use these. We may never even look at them. But if we have it now, then we don't worry about losing it. So I appreciate you being cooperative and giving it to us.
Yeah.
So the first thing I wrote was text messages between Chris Watts and attachments. Okay? So, because we're talking about the photographs, unfortunately, that cause you much disdain. And then I am going to put phone log for calls between yourself and Chris Watts. Your phone number is 720.
656 9605.
She wore glasses, right?
And this,
I don't.
Yeah, she wore glasses. I just don't know how
Some
often.
pictures, yeah, she does have glasses in some pictures, yeah.
It could also just be when you're really tired and your eyes get tired.
Those hard blinks that just happened like
Mhm.
after we just replayed it, that reminded me that she was just tired. It was just like a tired thing, I thought.
Yeah.
But the other ones were more twitches that I've
Interesting.
what I was talking about. It's like a more one like twitch type thing. But yeah, those ones definitely tired. Did I cut you off?
No,
again?
you didn't.
Okay.
It's just reminding me of like Chinese doctors, like Eastern medicine, saying that if your eyes are blinking like that, it means like you saw something like that.
Oh, really?
Well, it'll be like, yeah, or like your eyes need medical attention, and they're just trying to tell you. Like Eastern medicine's interesting, and like with philosophy, but yeah. So, yeah. I just think she actually looks, this doesn't mean I think she's a good person. I'm just being honest. She actually looks kind of cute here I'm like surprised, right? Like all I've ever seen of her is like her side and her farting
Yeah. No, I
and
know. That's
everything.
my first impression. I was like, wow, she actually looks a lot better here than she did. And like there was a thing I wanted to point out at the beginning, but I was like, man, I'm gonna get attacked at this because everybody's like, oh, that was sarcastic. But like when she was smiling at the part that I thought when I saw it on camera, it was gonna be so fake. Like it
Mm,
looked really sincere to me. Like it looked like real. I'm like, wow, that's not what I
interesting.
expected. But some things I hold back, but now I feel a little bit more comfortable. You're up here with me, but like I held that one back. But
Yes,
no, she definitely
Kitty.
looks good. She looks a lot better in this than the first one, but we don't
Thank you,
know because we're only
Threadless.
seeing her from the side view. So I guess I don't know. I think yeah, it's definitely different than what I was picturing.
Dark Sea, blink rate is a heavy indicator of stress, but you have to develop like the baseline and how, I think that she's so tired. I don't know if I could do
She didn't fart. At
it.
least.
Look at what Thrive Life put.
Wait, where? Oh, okay.
Right.
It's
That's
our
what I mean.
emoji we did. I
That's
love
what
that
I
you
mean.
asked that. That's funny.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just like she appears more human here than in any of the pictures or any of the videos. It's like I feel like she appears like where I'm like, oh, like she's not so bad. But like, please, guys, don't come for me because we have a lot of haters. No, I mean they hate her. I'm just saying. I'm open to your guys' views, so don't judge me. But like, yeah,
I actually we don't agree on that because I do, and you have shined a light on the whole Frederick thing for me personally, like you showed me because you lived in Colorado, that you don't, because if anyone came in late, what's your stance on her that morning?
me.
Hmm.
Oh no, I don't think she had a part of the murder or anything. If that's what you mean, I don't think she was
Hmm.
there.
So you don't think the ping was her there? That's your stance, right?
Mm-mm.
And that's because you lived in Colorado and you know how the towers work in Frederick, and the way to her work is one of the ways is to Frederick, through
And
Frederick.
yeah, and then people used to come like argue and say, "Well, but she called him every morning, but that morning." And then I brought
Mm.
up her phone records. We could do that at the end. She didn't call him like for like a couple weeks leading up to that day. So I'm like, these are like false. Not this is false information that's going around. So I think people are just saying it in chats and nobody's bothering to look it up. And they're saying, yeah. And so everybody's passing it like, yeah, she called him every morning, but that morning, well, go look at the phone records. No, she didn't. So that's not true either. So I don't know. I think people are having, they need to look at the stuff for themselves and not just believe some of the stuff that's going around as fact. But still, even said that, even if people do look at all, there are still people that do know all the information correctly and that do think that. And that's fine. Like you do, you're one of them, and that's fine. I just don't for some reason. Everybody has their own opinion. Well, thank
Hmm.
you, Mari. Yay, yay, thanks.
Hi, Mary.
Um,
You're a member now.
Member,
Yay.
welcome to
Get
the
to use
family.
farts, NK farting. But I don't feel that she was there during the murders, but I do feel that it was when Shanann was coming back. So she's a mistress, and I've known some mistresses in my life, and they get very scared and insecure that their man, quote, their man is going back to the wife. And I feel like she might have just popped, through the
I could
neighborhood,
buy that.
just,
I could buy that. I could buy that a lot easier than like saying she was there helping him. Yes, that could
yeah.
be my second. Like, yeah, I could see that. Either
I
that or there could be another explanation that she just pinged there. But yeah, I don't. So wait, so you don't think she was there for any part of the murder? Then is that what you're
I
saying?
don't believe she after all of the evidence you've shown, I did come in thinking that I've been so fluid in this case, I feel. But after viewing your evidence, the evidence that you've brought forth, like you diligently going through the shadow theory and everything like that. No, I do not think she was there at all. However, I do believe that she stopped by to see if maybe she could catch a glimpse of Chris being, you know, sneaky and kissing his wife as he left for work, or her like taking out a lunch and being like, bye, Chris, see you when you get home. I don't know. You know what I
can see
mean?
that. But if you look at the time, then he would already have been gone, unless if, well, if you think he just popped in, he would already been gone. But yeah, maybe she just wanted to see, because normally he probably wouldn't have left that early, right? Yeah, he wouldn't have. So yeah, no, I could buy that. That I could
Yeah.
I could get on board with that. But I just don't see her being a part of the actual murder.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. Let's get back on this, guys.
She's dressed like the Shadow Theory, though. Wait, what? She's dressed like the no,
One day you should do that video, because I believe that too, you guys. Who said that? I believe that too. And Zav did this, and I explained it to her. I'm like, no, look at her pants, and she's there. Look at her pants. Look at CW's pants, and she's like, no, like, and she explained it to me. It made so much sense. I couldn't even believe it. But yeah, all right.
So
Right now is located at, we're at the Thornton Police Department. It's going to be moved to so this is kind of, doesn't make sense, but we're here. It's going to be moved to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. He's going to download it here, but I'm going to take it with me, just so you know. It's not staying here.
Okay.
They're not going to retain any of this. This comes with me.
Okay.
Okay?
Is there anything else you want on there? I think that's about.
That's it. I mean, I don't have social media. I don't really have anything else you guys can pull.
Okay.
Is there anything else you know of that could help us with this that is not on this sheet?
As far as like data,
That's on.
oh, that answers there is somebody else in here, you guys. Somebody was asking if there's somebody sitting across, and they were asking, could she possibly be looking at another person rather than the camera? But what do you think? Doesn't it look like she's looking up when she's looking at the camera, right?
Like right now, she's probably looking at the other person.
Yeah.
But when she looks up, that's up to the
like
camera.
up, yeah. Okay. All right, let's go.
no. I mean, everything we did was like text and talk, pretty much. I mean, and like I said, any pictures that I had, like even if you were to restore all my regular photos, there's so many pictures in there, and you wouldn't even know which ones were for him and which ones weren't. But any picture that I wanted to send to him, I sent via text. So if you guys go through the text and the attachments, you will have everything that wasn't said verbally and was done via text. But I think that's it. Like I don't have anything else. As far as like no Facebook, no Instagram, no Twitter, no LinkedIn, like none of it. So there was never any of that kind of correspondence. So I think that should probably cover everything you guys will need.
Is there any particular messages that would help me?
See, did you see that one? Did you see it or no? Where she went like that? No?
Show me what she did.
It wasn't as big as that first one was the biggest, where she like had the whole head going. But this one was more just like.
Okay, let's rewind it.
Right now I'm nervous that maybe I just saw something in there. I don't want to put on the spot.
I know. You guys don't ever put Tip on the spot.
Because remember, this is my first time really watching all the way through. I'm like, man, wait, did I really see that?
No, like Dawn. Look, Dawn agrees with you. There you go. Dawn's
Okay.
agreeing.
But I don't know how much I just rewound it back. So where's it going to be? It's hard because the way I do it, because the audio problem I have to share the audio, I have to actually do it as a download. And so it's hard to get it exactly where you want it. You know what I'm saying? To get the video. So I hope I didn't rewind it too far back.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else you guys can pull.
Pull, there it is.
Is there anything else you know of that could help us with this that is not on this sheet?
As far as like data,
That's on your phone.
No. I mean, everything we did was like text and talk, pretty much. I mean, and like I said, any pictures that I had, like even if you were to restore all my regular photos, there's so many pictures in there, and you wouldn't even know which ones were for him and which ones weren't. But any picture that I wanted to send to him, I sent via text. So if you guys go through the text and the attachments, you will have everything that wasn't said verbally and was done via text. But I think that's it. Like I don't have anything else. As far as like no Facebook, no Instagram, no Twitter, no LinkedIn, like none of it. So there was never any of that kind of correspondence. So I think that should probably cover everything you guys will need.
Is there any particular?
Muted.
You're muted.
Did you see it or no?
Yeah.
What do you think? Nothing or just
Think
really?
I can't with good
It's to
conscience.
the right side though. It's like it's always to the right. I feel like
I haven't seen it enough, but when
that first one though, I can't wait to show you the first one. I have the timestamp for it. You
her
don't see
memory,
that one, then you better. I'm just joking. Go ahead though. Go.
her memory accessing is I can't completely see, but it's definitely it looks like it's up, and like maybe her 11 o'clock is her memory accessing. No, sorry, hold on, clock. Is it 11 or
Right, it
2?
would be.
Shoot, I'm turned around. 11, yes.
Would
Her
be her
11
third,
o'clock
yeah.
seems like her memory accessing. But
Let me see what
I'm not 100% on that. I need to watch it a few times, I feel.
is it time? Okay, so somebody says she keeps rubbing her right eye as well. Okay.
Might hurt. It might hurt you guys. Like sometimes that you'll get a. Have you guys ever gotten a twitch?
I
in your
hate that.
eye?
Yes, I've used to. Yeah, sometimes I'll get them. Like I'll get it when I get them. Like I'll get them like often for like a couple months, and then they'll go away. But like, are you talking about your eye just twitching? I
Yeah.
hate that. It's so annoying.
Yeah. So
But
it's
these
so
twitches
bad.
are different because usually like somebody couldn't even really see it unless if they were like right there looking for it. I'm talking about like just the twitches is just like
Yeah.
nobody could see. But this is different. This is more like your like like I don't even know. It's just a bigger twitch, or it's a little bit different than just the little. Unless if you're, is that what you're talking about, right? The little one.
Yeah, but sometimes it gets so annoying you just want to rub it. But yes, you're right. This is like major. This is I don't even know if we could call it a twitch. It's more like a head bang to the but no, I'm kidding. Also watch her dad's fingers. I haven't, but he does. It seems like when this is just, it's not for a fact because I haven't watched enough of it, but it seems like when they're talking about stressful stuff, he starts kind of like messing with his right hand with the like rubbing really like fast. Okay.
All righty.
Particular messages that would help me so I don't have to look at, because whatever's on your phone, I don't know how long we're going to get back to, but let's say is there a particular date or time or message that stands out to you that would be relative to specifically to the investigation into this case that might assist me in understanding why something like this could have occurred?
I'm still in shock that this whole thing happened.
I
Like
can imagine.
that's why I gave him the benefit of the doubt for the first day, because I was just like, no way. Like, I didn't even think about that. I mean, murder was not on the top of my mind when somebody doesn't come home for an evening, especially if they've just like had some sort of like heated conversation. It's like, okay, you guys are separating, you have a heated conversation, you leave for a night. Like, I didn't even
Why
think.
did she say though that that on the second night the second night that Shanann was gone, that's when she was concerned though? That makes absolutely no sense. The first night, yeah, murder isn't on your mind, but on the second night she said, I thought if he could lie to me about this, he could lie to me about a lot of things, and then I was worried about what had happened to his wife. So why is that? And why? And I strongly believe this, you guys. Her negative thoughts are with her right hand. And that's very telling. It's interesting. That's my opinion, though. So. Are you muted? Okay.
No, I'm not muted. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking because I'm seeing people say it's her left side. I'm wondering if people are getting confused on which side's which, because there's some comments I'm a little bit confused on. Because I think we're all talking about the same side, but people are viewing it as a different thing. Because I think this isn't a flipped one, right? This is probably just like.
I don't think it's.
So when you look straight on at the video, it's her left side, but it's her right arm, right? Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying? So like,
her
yeah.
right. Her right, you guys.
But that's what but people are
Yeah.
saying the opposite. So that's why I'm like, I'm wondering if they think it's like a TikTok and it's flipped or something. Remember how I said, that one girl's left-handed or whatever. Like, no, it's flipped, Tiffany. So if this was flipped, it would be all messed up. I don't know. But I think it's just, it's her right. It's her right side. That's the side she twitches to. That's what the side you're talking about.
Interesting.
But when you're looking at it, so we're just talking about when you're looking at it, it's to her left side. So it should be her right hand. You guys.
So it's when she just said come home, and she motioned all the way back with her, not all the way back, but she motioned back with her right hand. So I find that very interesting that she thinks of Shanann coming home as in a negative light.
But wait, what do you mean? Wait, say that again.
When she just said when she didn't come home, and that was the come home was motioned with her right hand going back, and that.
But that's negative because isn't that negative because she didn't come home though?
I think that come home, what I'm seeing it as is come home would be a negative thing.
But didn't come home but she said didn't though. So you have to exclude the didn't part.
Well, she said if I don't know exactly her words.
Oh, you're saying she didn't say didn't, she just said come home, not didn't.
Yeah, well, I don't know her exact words, but the emphasis was on come home. Like, as we emphasize words that are, and there's different ways we do it. And that was where the emphasis came.
And she is left-handed. I think you're right because she fills out the paperwork, I think, with her left hand.
Really?
I don't remember in this, but in that other one, I feel like I caught her because I feel like I remember thinking, oh, she's left-handed from that other video. So there's some reason from that other video that I thought she was left-handed. I know because I'm left-handed, so I always notice when people are left-handed. I don't know why I noticed that stuff, but like I'm pretty sure because that's in my head. She's left-handed, and she must have written something in the other one. And she does fill out papers in this, so let's try to pay attention what hand she is.
Okay.
Because I don't know about this one. I haven't noticed yet because I didn't really watch all of it.
Interesting.
Okay. This plate.
Guy killed his wife. I mean, that like.
Oh, did you want me to rewind it or no?
If you want to.
Okay.
4 hours and she doesn't answer the phone. Like, that doesn't even process to me as like a real thing that is a possibility at that point. And so that's why I gave it a day. And then the second day I was talking to him, he was just like a hot mess, I could tell. And then with like the way he was talking to me, and then that's kind of when I cut him off and I stopped talking to him. And then...
So remember what you just said, and we're going to get to that because that's probably a very important conversation.
So if you want to know days, I would probably honestly just start at like Sunday and work your way forward. I mean, all the rest of that stuff, it's just like the small talk of like, hey, this, I mean...
And your relationship building through the 6 weeks.
I mean, like, and if you go like maybe like a week further back, like there's times like I was trying to help him find an apartment, like just for him, not for me, but for him and his kids. To get set up, and like there's times where I'm like, well, where's your wife moving to? Like, how close is she gonna be to you? You should be within like 30 minutes of your kids, so they're close, and like you want to be close to their school and close to your gym, and like what's your price range? Like, I was helping him get all of this stuff set up, and it was like in a very decent manner. And I don't know if all of that is in text. Some of it's probably on the phone. Like, at this point, I've talked to him so much that I don't even know which parts are like verbalized and which parts are texted at this point, but we can figure it out.
Okay. You see what I wrote? Text messages between Chris Watts and attachments, and then the phone logs for calls between your phone number and Chris Watts. Those are the two things that we'll ask to be extracted from your phone. So if you're okay with that.
Why does it say items removed? Cell phone data. Isn't that this?
That is that, and that's what he's going to remove, and then that officer is going to fill that out.
Gotcha. What is the date? I don't even know what
Today is the 16th.
Yep, she's a lefty.
Boom, there it is.
It writes just like one with it all crooked. That's how we have to write. Because the ink smear. You have to put your head because if not,
Finish
it's
your phone, we'll get him
smear.
started.
Yeah, we just we want to give you everything, but we also want to be protected.
Well, can
in
you
doing
rewind
so.
it a
It's
tiny
more
bit?
of-
I want to see what she just asked, what
Oh, yeah,
she
sorry, I
looked
was
at her
talking.
dad so hard for right there.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
To be extracted from your phone. So if you're okay with that,
Why
if
does
you,
it say items removed cell phone data? Isn't that this?
that is that, and that's what he's
Oh.
going to remove, and then that officer is going to fill that out.
Got you. What is the date? I don't even know what
Today is the 16th.
You want to add anything to this?
If you give us your
other
phone,
than
we'll get him started.
Yeah, we want to give you everything, but we also want to be protected in doing so. Is more of the
Sure.
was more of the thing. It's just
And when he's done, we'll give you a
Is
copy
there a
of this.
password or anything, like, will it lock up after a
Yeah.
period of time?
Yeah.
Right here.
that's what knows. And
Make sure there's nothing written on the back.
Thank you.
There's not. I checked before I ripped it off.
Let's go back to North Carolina.
Okay.
He went to North Carolina, and he was trying to rehab his marriage with his wife.
He
Do
said.
you
he
know
was-
her name at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay saying her name?
It's Shanann.
All right. And do you know the children's name?
Oh my God, that was so painful. She did not. Did you see that? Oh,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was picturing. She did what I was picturing her. She's, oh, man, even like more intense. I feel like. What did
Can
you
we
think?
rewind that again?
She's
All
like,
the
oh, she
digital.
looked up. Was she looking at the camera or just looking up when she said?
I was watching her
Maybe rolling her
hands,
eyes.
and it did seem painful. All of our
Yeah, she
mirror
almost like gritted her
neurons.
teeth a little bit, like, oh man, like it was like she, yeah,
Mhm.
that's, yep.
And it's
Wow.
interesting that she knows how to pronounce it because
Yeah.
her
Well, she's probably
parents-
heard it on the news too, a little bit, right? But yeah, no, you're right. though.
Chris has said it, but the parents have said Shannon, so yeah, I want to
like,
see her.
God, that's crazy. How, like, you think she would have at least like try to like, don't make it so obvious. Like, you know what I'm saying? How much you hate her. Obviously, she, has some.
Maybe that's where
bad
being
feelings
tired.
towards her. What's that?
Yeah, maybe that's where being tired worked against her. Don't make it obvious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, I'll rewind it though.
Yeah,
But wow,
let's see this.
man, that is very painful.
We all felt that, I feel like.
Yeah, hold on. Where is this? Wait. Oh shoot, did I go too far or too? I don't even know where it's at. Oh,
He went to North Carolina, and he was trying to rehab his marriage with his wife.
He
Do
said.
you
he
know
was-
her name at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay saying her name?
It's Shanann.
All right. And do you know the children's name?
Yes, it's Bella and Celeste.
Okay.
she even went like she did her eyes, Shanann, like, oh my God, she like glared and everything and like almost shook a little bit.
Yeah.
I know I'm
interesting.
exaggerating a little bit, but it's there. It really is. It's like, oh, like an
Wow.
eye rolled kind of, like everything came out on that one. Wow.
And to think that she wanted to emulate and follow in the footsteps of what's her name? Why am I blanking? Peterson's Amber Fry. And
Oh,
what Amber Fry did, this is just what I don't understand. Amber Fry wore a wire and tried to nail, after she found out Scott was lying to her, she wore a wire and was like, I'm just getting all these lies. And the access that Nicole could have had to Chris and would have afforded the family, and I think that it would have been priceless. And she didn't do that. So I don't know. But yeah, she did. Alicia, she had a hard time saying Celeste.
yeah,
I
even the
feel like
kids. She
that.
did have a hard time saying the kids too. I noticed that.
She did
sorry,
the
Andy.
whole
But yeah.
fading facts with that,
Oh,
where
man.
like your voice trails off.
Oh.
Very interesting stuff here. But how much of it? I'd have to watch it probably like maybe 2-3 times to say how much of this is tiredness and how much of it. It's just you know, all this stuff we're saying right now, I feel is like kind of uncensored. So don't run with it, but it's just interesting stuff.
Yeah, because this is the first time I'm watching it straight through. I only watched a little bit here and there just to kind of skim through some parts, but yeah. And you too, right, Bella?
Yeah.
Okay, so
She went by, they called her Cece. All right. So he went to, were they in North?
Okay.
He went to North Carolina and he was trying to rehab his marriage with his wife.
He said.
Do you know her name at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you okay saying her name?
It's Shanann.
All right. And do you know the children's name?
Yes, it's Bella and Celeste.
Okay. She went by, they called her Cece. All right. So he went to, were they in North Carolina
They were already
already?
there.
If you want something.
I don't know if my stomach would do that. Yeah, they were already out there. He just flew out there to meet up.
Do you know why they were there?
They're all from there.
Okay, so they were there
They
for...
were visiting her family for the most part until he got there. And then they still were mostly visiting her family.
Okay. Hey, do you know how long they had been there?
A while, like weeks.
All right. And he flew out to join his family there.
Yep.
Did you know specifically where he flew to?
What, airport?
No. What city?
No, not off the top of my head.
Okay.
I'm sure if I thought real hard, maybe I could think about it, but I mean, come up with it. No, I don't know.
All right. So he goes there. You said it was like the last week of July?
I think so. I think it was like one of the last days of July. I'm almost positive. I think it was a weekday.
Okay.
Yeah, he flew out there, and I thought I had like convinced him to like try to make peace with her, and I was like, if you guys work on this, like,
Did you guys see the
I'm out. Because
incongruentness
what's the
of that?
point?
That was so incongruent. Try to make peace with her. It's not landing on the words. When we are not being deceptive and we're on it, it's very natural when you talk to like do things on, you know, on the word. But she's like, the head nod is not on the specific words. So we could watch that again and see, but it's and here she is with I wonder what she's saying right there, because there's her right hand. I could be wrong with this one. There goes her. And then watch what she's talking about with her left hand, because that one's out too. So I wonder what's going on here.
And I noticed, because this whole time she was saying how she was trying to get them to get back together, but here she just said try to make peace with her. That's different. That's not the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's more like just like if they're arguing, just try to make peace, you know, like maybe there was something going on, but that doesn't sound like that. That's like trying to get back with her type, what she was preaching about earlier. Oh, try to make it work out. You guys have this beautiful family. Well, which we know that's a whole lie, because she was texting him the whole time. And it was
100%.
so if she really wanted him to work on his marriage, she would be leaving him alone.
Leaving him alone.
She really wanted him, but no.
Yeah, no, but she's reminding us of how great of a person she is. She might be, but why there's some reason that she feels guilty here. Yeah, I'm not saying she's not a good person. I'm just saying there might be a reason that she feels guilty where she has to tell us how great she is, that, you know, even though she's the mistress, when she found out, she was like, oh my God, and you have this beautiful wife, you have beautiful children in this beautiful house, and you make all this money. Why would you want to leave this? Don't you want to give this another chance? Come on, buddy. Now we're buddies. We're not lovers anymore. I'm your best friend, just telling you what to do.
Yeah. Well, okay. So yeah, you want me to rewind it a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, come up with it. No, I don't know.
All right. So he goes there. You said it was like the last week of July?
I think so. I think it was like one of the last days of July. I'm almost positive. I think it was a weekday.
Okay.
Yeah, he flew out there, and I thought I had like convinced him to like try to make peace with her, and I was like, if you guys work on this, like, I'm out. Because what's the point? Like, I'm not trying to be with somebody that's in another relationship, which I know that sounds silly given the whole relationship that we had in the first place, but I really was under the impression that they were separating. I mean, it was like reiterated to me so many times that that's what I thought it was. And it made sense to me too, because like he could pretty much call me whenever he wanted. Like I was the one that would tell him like, hey, when your kids are awake, you need to spend time with your kids. Like do that. And then after they go to bed, like if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. But it was never like this super, super restricted thing. Like sometimes, like right after work, if I was like still talking to him, I get kind of bummed out, and I tell him, just like, oh, it's frustrating sometimes, like having to like wait. But at the same time, I was never like, this is horrible, or it was always like, I understood why. But then once his kids were asleep, he never like had any. It was like he could do what he wanted. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
He was in his basement and she's upstairs, and they're not speaking. So it kind of made sense. It wasn't like.
And you guys are just texting and.
Or talking or whatever,
Right.
I mean, and
I shouldn't comment to this, but Simon, have you even listened to this whole time what I'm saying? If anything, my opinion is the same as yours, probably. I don't think NK did it. I don't think NK was there. And but my chat is open to anybody. Anybody's allowed to come in here and give their opinions. But if you're saying I'm spreading theories, if anything, I'm trying to clear them up. I'm trying to say, no, Chris is the one that did it. He's in jail. So you must have just came in, because this whole time I've even said I'm a minority here. And Trish, for you to agree with her when you've been here the whole time. So you know what I've been saying. And I'm only trying to prove that I don't think she was there, and that I don't believe in these theories. But I'm okay that people do, but so screw you, dude. That's just messed up. I'm sorry, that's messed up, because this whole time I've always said I don't think she was there. And I put video after video to prove that these stupid shadows aren't her, the purse isn't her. I shouldn't say stupid, because everybody has their own. A lot of people in here do think it, and it's fine. But I've been trying to disprove the stuff. So how dare you come in here and say that? And Trish, you've been here, so why have my back? Because that's not what I've been saying. So I'm sorry. That just makes me mad, because if anybody would just sit here and listen to what I'm saying, so obviously you just come in here to just cause trouble. If you would listen, you would see I am not doing that. If anything, I am kind of sick of all the people that, no, I shouldn't say it, because I am open-minded. I'm open, but like, I don't believe that she was there. And I don't see no freaking, I don't think that was her purse. I don't think the reflection. I don't see any of that. And I've tried to say, like, I'm like the floating ponytails, and it's just silly to me, but a lot of people believe it. That's totally fine. I'm not one of them. I'm not one spreading it, because I don't believe it. So just shut up. Just get out. I don't know. What were you going to say, Bella? I'm just so sick of people that they don't even listen, and they come in here and attack me for something I'm not even doing. I think the same thing you think, and you're going to attack me. What?
Yeah, exactly. You said it good. I mean, that's exactly it. You guys, this is a humongous case. It's not gonna not be talked about. This is a true crime channel. Just, that's what happens. And Zav is the most respectful person, or one of the most. There's a couple of other ones that are very respectful too, but she's always respectful on YouTube. And this is just out of line. Please don't upset her. This is just ridiculous. It's all right. You're doing good.
I just had to respond, because I'm like, were you even listening this whole time? I'm saying, no, I don't think she was there.
People just come in and want to cause drama. This isn't the channel for that. I don't know if you're not familiar with this channel. This isn't the channel for that. So don't take the very niceness for weakness, because that's not going to fly. All right. Moving on.
And Trish, maybe you weren't saying that about me, but she was saying me, because she said I'm gonna go unsubscribe. So she was personally talking about me, not. So maybe you were just saying you agree the chat. I don't know. So I do apologize. Maybe I misread what you were saying, but I didn't misread what she was saying, because she was specifically saying me. So but okay. So let's continue.
Let's go. And yeah, and this is just, it's for you guys who like true crime and have been following this case for a long time. Zav is putting this out, I think, in a very respectful manner. So let's get on with it. And everyone just be sweet.
It was like I said, it was at certain times, but that time, and originally it wasn't, but it was me that put that time frame on there because I thought he should hang out with his kids.
Those 2 times you were at his house, did you see any evidence of that? Him living in the basement? Did he ever show you that area or anything?
I've seen it, yeah. I went down there and saw his little workout equipment, and there's a bed down there all set up, and the basement was all clean and organized and stuff. So, like a decent bed set up. So it made sense to me. Like, hey, this is what's happening down here. So I saw it.
Even though his family was in North Carolina for multiple weeks, it appeared that he was still living in the basement.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he told me sometimes he would like go upstairs and sleep if like he was home alone, because I know she'd like go on business trips and stuff. But he's like, I don't like that bed anyway, so he didn't really like sleep up there. I was like, okay. Even when it was just him. So
Okay.
That was
the
a tick.
impression that I got.
That was a weird tick. You're muted.
What kind was it? I missed it. Shoot.
It
I'm
was
gonna
like a
rewind it.
neck. It was like a full neck, like
With her
neck.
eyes or just neck?
Neck, eyes, like everything. She was looking straight. It went straight. It was right after he didn't like the
See?
bed.
What's going on, man? Can that be just from tiredness, or is that more like nerves? What do you?
We need to see more videos of her not tired and to evaluate that. I don't know. It could just be that, or her friends. We've never heard her friends say anything like, no, that, she did have this interesting tick when she worked too much. We don't know.
Yeah, I know. And like that other interview, it's like at first I was going to say like, well, she didn't have it in that other interview, but I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know if I would have seen it necessarily because the angle it was at, maybe we could have missed it on the other interview. I don't know. But okay, I rewound it 37 seconds. Is that long enough, you think?
Oh, yes. And you know
Okay.
what? Let's try to pay, guys in chat, let's try to pay attention to Twitch. I mean, this could be a far-fetched theory, but let's try to look at Twitches versus what she's saying and if there's a correlation to anything. And then if we can get it. We might have to watch it a few times to do that, but like.
Okay, so the first huge twitch was when she said that she didn't know him that long, and that it was when she was saying, "Oh, well, I only knew him," because he said like 8 to 12 weeks. She's like, "Well, I only knew him like," well, she's like, "I only knew him 6 to, like around 6 weeks." And then she's like, "Well, that's when we started hanging out, but I didn't know him that long or something." And I think she's lying about that. So, and that's when the first one came out. Right? Yeah, that was the first one. And then that other big one, I forget what she was saying, but we'll have to go back. I think I started time stamping stuff I wanted to go back and show you, but I didn't write what they were. So I don't know which. I know the first 1310 is the big twitch, but I don't know what the other ones are. But okay.
I wonder if let's say that the twitches happen when she's lying, which I'm not saying that, but let's say that's what it is. She just said, he said the bed upstairs was uncomfortable, and then she did this huge twitch. So what if she slept in the bed with conjecture, guys, rumor? I'm naughty for even saying it, but it's just a thought.
Wait, she said the bed, what? Upstairs was uncomfortable?
Yeah, she said, Chris said, I don't even sleep in that bed because it's so uncomfortable. And it's preposterous, right? Because here's this big, fancy bed they have. And it looks
so you think
pretty
maybe it's
comfy.
because she slept in? Is that what you're saying, possibly?
Or it's either that or she just doesn't believe him. Like she even knows he's lying, right?
Okay,
Like there's
okay.
she doesn't
I think
even
it's
believe
probably
it.
that, to be honest.
It could be
If anything, if she ever stayed there, I would think she probably maybe slept down in the basement, if that's even a thing that ever happened. But I mean, who knows? We don't know what happened in that month, that month and a half, like where they stayed. I mean, supposedly they always stayed with her, but I mean, okay.
But sometimes you know how like people would be like, some people would be like marking their territory, like like this is the marital bed. You guys aren't married, so there's nothing wrong with us sleeping in here.
Yeah, me.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but let's watch the Twitch and you guys in chat, we might miss some. If you guys are keeping notes, let's keep notes on the Twitches and what they happen around.
All right.
So, like a decent bed set up. So it made sense to me. Like, hey, this is what's happening down here. So I saw it.
Even though his family was in North Carolina for multiple weeks, it appeared that he was still living in the basement.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he told me sometimes he would like go upstairs and sleep if like he was home alone, because I know she'd like go on business trips and stuff. But he's like, I don't like that bed anyway, so he didn't really like sleep up there. I was like, okay.
Oh, that little like.
So that was the impression that I got.
That's different than the other ones.
Check
Okay.
out
Whoa.
North Carolina.
Let's, yeah, go back to North Carolina.
So North Carolina. So he still made very frequent communication with me when he was out there, and at one point he told me that they sat down and they talked about it, and he told her that he wanted to either fix things or like to try to fix things, and if she didn't want to fix them, then they needed to like move forward with the separation and like actually file for a divorce at this point was the impression that I got from this, and was what he told me. And so
Wow, that
he
was
said that
weird.
she was like pretty receptive to just not trying.
Wonder what that meant. Move forward with the divorce with the right hand, though. You're mute. Are you muted? You're muted.
That should be a good thing in her eyes, right?
It should be a good thing in her eyes, yeah. So I'm wondering why that was done with the right hand. I'm just gonna write some notes and then look at it 3 more times. It'll take me a week. Yeah. All right.
We might, like, to be honest, we're only like 50 minutes. I don't know if I can't promise I'll be able to finish this.
Oh,
tonight.
shoot. You know what? Just play it and I'll just shut up.
No, I don't. That's not what I'm
No, I
saying.
know that's not what you're saying, but maybe
no,
it's
I
better.
want this no, why can't we do half of it and half? Like, why? I would rather have more talking, because everybody's like can watch it themselves. You know what I'm saying? But this is like a discussion about it. This is what I want it to be. So no, please don't hold back because of it. If anything, we could do part 1 and part 2. Why not?
Okay.
Why you think? Why is that bad?
I just don't know what everybody wants. What the
No,
agreement
I would
was.
rather hear all the. I'd rather hear all the thoughts, because that's what this is about. And otherwise, they could go watch it and like, you know what I'm saying? They could go watch it on another channel to watch the whole thing through. But I want this to be like more of a discussion and reaction and stuff. Okay.
He was like, she seemed like she just wants me to go. He's like, when she has her mind made up, she has her mind made up, and that's what she wants. And he's like, she doesn't want to try anymore. And he's like, and neither do I really. And he was like, it's done. And he's like, and then the next day, I don't even know what days these were. Sometime when he was out there, he told me, we're putting the house up for sale as soon as we get back. And I was like, whoa, that was quick. And he was like, it's her. She's ready to go. And I was like, okay. And so I left it at that. And then he got back, and I started asking him, like, what are you going to do? Because the Colorado housing market is fire, and you guys are going to sell this house, like, real fast. And I'm like, you need to start looking for a new place to live. And I'm like, where do you want to live? And I was really trying to help him out. I'm like, do you want to get a house? Do you want 3 bedrooms so you have one and each of your girls have one? I'm like, do you want to, like do an apartment? Like, what do you want? Where do you want to live? Because he's in Frederick, but that whole area over there is just like a bunch of small towns, and you can kind of just pick and choose. Everything's kind of, and so he told me, well, I like Brighton, and I was like, okay. And then he told me he wanted a 2-bedroom apartment, and he said he wanted 1 room for him and the other room for his 2 girls. And I thought it was kind of cute. Like, I remember telling him, I was like, yeah, me and my sister had bunk beds, like, at my dad's house. And I was like, when we were little girls, and me and my sister were the same age apart as him and as his 2 daughters, So I told him, I was like, they're going to love it. I was like, they might be, like, stuck in one room together. I was like, but they'll become, like, best buddies. And it was really exciting. Like, I liked helping him, and I just wanted him to, like, I don't know. This is what he told me he wanted. So I was like, well, I will help you do the research. But another thing that I really took care of was to be like, where is she moving to? I was never like, you know what, screw your wife, try to get full custody. None of that bullshit. It was always just like, I'd ask him, I'm like, well, what kind of custody are you guys going to have? Because he at work, they're about to switch his schedule. So right now he's like a Monday through Friday, and they're about to switch these guys to 8 days on, 6 days off.
That's tough.
That's awesome. And I was asking him, I was like, are you gonna have your kids like on that set of days off? I was like, because that would work perfect, like 1 week on, 1 week off. And I was just like, we just talk about it. I'm like, what is your plan? And he's like, we haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do about the kids yet, but he told me, he's like, Colorado's a 50-50 state and she's okay with everything 50-50. Like, he said that she was like,
wait, I was just thinking, man, if he did do that schedule and he had them his days off all the time, every other weekend it would be his 6 days off, she would never get to see him then, or she would always have to share him with the kids. I'm saying, wonder how she felt about that. She probably hated that thought, right?
So far from, if I'm just going on her hands alone, which I'm doing this round, no, she seems like she did really like that 8 on.
No, okay. But like, wouldn't that suck though for her in reality though?
Probably, but
I know
I
when
think
she said,
was
yeah, that's
ready.
awesome. I think that's an awesome schedule probably. But in reality, maybe that's not what they were like really discussing. He would have the kids
All the
his
time.
days off because
50-50.
I mean, for somebody that's just starting dating to have to always have their days off with kids that aren't their own, I don't know. For somebody like her, I mean, she doesn't seem to like kids. I don't think she's not like much of a kids person. It seems like, right? I don't know. I feel like she's more of a like, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah.
But you see how it was like 50-50 with her hands. She made like a separation, like, like it was 50-50. And she like separated her hands, like, like, which mentally, but she did it. Like, that's congruent. She knows how to be congruent. Yeah. Anyway, maybe it was obvious what I just said. Maybe it was like an obvious thing. Yes, she separated her hands at 50-50. I just think it's interesting. And I really, one of the times I'm going to go back and watch this, I really want to just watch her dad and because he seems fascinated by like learning all of this about
I
her.
know. Do you see him? He's constantly just like really absorbing everything she's saying.
He's like really into it. I don't know if it's
really
to make sure she doesn't mess up. And
I know. I would be nervous having my dad just like staring at me intently the whole time as I'm talking, man. But yeah. But another thing, how did she say it that made me wonder where was she going with that? Where she was talking about, I think my opinion, I'll tell you, and you tell me what your opinion is. Where she was talking about how she was helping Chris with the apartments, and she wanted to help him. Like, well, what do you want? And then she said something like, well, and she stopped herself, but how did she word it? It was almost like she wasn't liking how he was responding. Like he wasn't like appreciating it. He wasn't like going along with what she was giving him and appreciating or helping him and actually like having that conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like maybe he was putting her off and he wasn't really. Did you notice that when she's like hold on, I gotta rewind it because I don't remember the exact words she used. Hold on a second. I don't know how far back. It was like a couple minutes back, I think. Let's see.
Back, and I started asking him, like, what are you gonna do? Because the Colorado housing market is fire, and you guys are gonna sell this house, like, real fast. And I'm like, you need to start looking for a new place to live. And I'm like, where do you want to live? And I was really trying to help him out. I'm like, do you want to get a house? Do you want 3 bedrooms so you have one and each of your girls have one? I'm like, do you want to, like do an apartment? Like, what do you want? Where do you want to live? Because he's in Frederick, but that whole area over there is just like a bunch of small towns, and you can kind of just pick and choose. Everything's kind of, and so he told me, well, I like Brighton, and I was like, okay. And then he told me he wanted a 2-bedroom apartment, and he said he wanted 1 room for him and the other room for his 2 girls. And I thought it was kind of cute. Like, I remember telling him, I was like, yeah, me and my sister had bunk beds, like, at my dad's house. And I was like, when we were little girls, and me and my sister the same age apart as him and as his 2 daughters, So I told him, I was like, they're going to love it. I was like, they might be, like, stuck in one room together. I was like, but they'll become, like, best buddies. And it was really exciting. Like, I liked helping him, and I just wanted him to, like...
Right there. She just wanted him to, like... And then she goes on to something else. It's like she wanted him to be all excited about it or something. He must
Mm.
not have been or something. What I don't know. Nothing important.
Make her finish it. Get her to finish that sentence.
Okay, let's see.
I don't know. This is what he told me he wanted. So I was like, well, I will help you
See?
do the research. But
This is what she told me. Like, it's almost like she wasn't happy with how he reacted to
You're
what she was doing.
right. Oh my gosh, good catch. Yes, you're right. And it's so weird, right? Because what we know about Chris is that he just goes along to get along. He just says whatever is clever for whoever's listening. So
Yeah.
for him to not give her what she wanted in that moment in an answer that satisfied her is interesting. So I'd be nervous if I was the other. In my opinion, she knew she was the other woman. In my opinion, I don't have a doubt in my mind
Yes.
that she didn't know.
I agree with that, and that's what I'm. There
Yeah.
is some, yeah. That's what I'm saying. She does lie. I mean, she does lie. She knew. I think she knew she was pregnant. She knew that they weren't, like really breaking up. Like that she was the other woman. He knew that.
Yeah.
I think she had made comments to him that she was afraid that could maybe be taken a certain way. How she worded it after the fact. Maybe not even thinking about it at the time, but after now, this happened. Like shoot. So I think she erased those texts not to get her like, oh, just to get him out of my life. No, she was scared about some things, but I don't think it was because she was a part of the murder. I think it's because she was afraid of what people would think and maybe think that she was, because maybe she said bad things about his family, bad things about Shanann, said, God, I wish she didn't have a family, or just like things she wouldn't want everybody to know, and things that maybe would make these law enforcement say, wait a minute, and make them kind of question her because of some things that she said. But I don't think it's because she did really do anything. But she was hiding. She was hiding some stuff with him. I do agree. But I think it was just that kind of stuff. And like, those pictures, probably things she's just embarrassed about. But things that probably don't make her look like a very good person, and definitely not how she's portraying herself in these videos. Like how, that she, remember what she said? How did she? I think she said, I respect monogamy, right? Is that how she said it? Like, what are you even? You remember? I made a big joke. Like, I did a video where I had that phrase going every time. Like, that it was obvious she was like cheating, not like she was with a married man. And I'd put her saying, well, I respect monogamy. It's like, what? Like, but just like, she just like comes, I think that's what it all is. That's the thing she was hiding is just everything she's lying about here. But anyway, okay.
No, I do. And that's a great observation that you made. Absolutely. I do think that she probably did sit around with her friends and say, CW, Chris would be such a perfect guy if he didn't have this family. And if we heard that, imagine how we could rip that apart.
Yes. Right? Or even stuff to him. Yeah, anything that would, and then after the fact, like, oh my God, like she's thinking, shoot, that doesn't look good. Like it makes her nervous, some of the stuff she said. But I don't think it's because she did it, it's because, she said things like that. I do think she probably did say things like that. Yes. So, all right. So is there anything else you wanted to say? Or no?
No.
Another thing that I really took care of was to be like, where is she moving to? I was never like, you know what, screw your wife, try to get full custody, none of that bullshit. It was always just like, I'd ask him, I'm like, well, what kind of custody you guys gonna have? Because he at work, they're about to switch his schedule. So right now he's like a Monday through Friday, and they're about to switch these guys to 8 days on, 6 days off.
That's tough.
That's awesome. And I was asking him, I was like, are you gonna have your kids like on that set of days off? I was like, because that would work perfect, like 1 week on, 1 week off. And I was just like, we just talk about it. I'm like, what is your plan? And he's like, we haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do about the kids yet, but he told me, he's like, Colorado's a 50-50 state and she's okay with everything 50-50. Like, he said that she was like on board with this because she wanted it too. Like, she was checked out of this relationship. So that was like how he made this sound, that it was like a very like kosher, we're done kind of thing.
Did you ever give him like books or articles or anything to read about saving your marriage? Did you ever provide anything to him like that?
About saving his marriage?
Yeah, like how to recover a marriage or how to save your marriage. Or, there's all sorts of publications and books out there.
No, but I did tell him, and I don't know if I did this through text or phone. That will be something you guys will, I'm sure, figure out. But I told him a few times, like,
Left
I
hand,
think that you
and then a
should
hard
take the
blink.
time to read some articles about
I saw the blink.
what
but
separation does.
What about the left hand?
I'm sorry, the right hand. Right
Okay,
hand.
I had the
I'm
right
sure you
blink. I
guys.
said the right eye blink, right? Is that what you mean? It was like more
And right
towards that
before
side
that,
again.
it
Okay.
was, I'm sure you, just need to write this down. I'm sure you guys will figure it out. And that's where she did her blink, which I really don't want to believe that her blink has to do with deception, but there have been a couple of times where it has. So it's just interesting, but yeah, it's interesting.
I see a lot. I see some that when I see it, I don't stop it because it's happening so much, these blinks. So should I like stop it and tell you so we know when she's doing it? Because I saw that one and I knew I saw a couple before that I didn't stop either. You think I should every time and then write down what she's saying when she does it? Or no?
Yeah, well, like maybe on the next go round too.
Wait, what?
We're like on the next go round too, because we're an hour in. Yeah, I mean,
No,
we're
I'm not
gonna
going to
be doing this, like,
rewind it
3
or
times.
anything. Is that
No,
what
I
you?
know.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but do tell. We want to know.
Okay. All right.
To kids, and I told him, I said, when my parents separated, we were literally like 3 and 5. We were almost the exact same age as these little girls. And I told him, I said, I was so young when it happened that it didn't really have like a big negative effect on me because it was so small that I didn't really process it too well. I was like, but I do have cousins that their parents got divorced when they were like 10, 11, and I think that it hit them a little harder, and he's like, oh, they'll be fine, and I told him, I was like, even though they're small and you think that they'll be fine, I was like, I think you guys should just read about it just so that you guys are prepared in case, one of these two starts having a hard time with the fact that you guys aren't in the same house anymore. And I would tell him, I was like, there's pros and cons to it, like, because he was like getting ready to do it, and it would be like, it's kind of cool having 2 Christmases, and like your parents get to go, be happy doing whatever it is they want to do with their lives, and they don't have to be in a situation that's probably not good for the kids because it's not good for those two, but at the same time, it was like, just read. Like, that's what I always used to tell him. I'd always tell him to, like, I tell people to read about everything. Reading is so good for you.
So he, at this time, is telling you that, yeah, I am the guy trying to save the marriage and she doesn't want it.
That's what he told me. So, and and then he was like, she doesn't want it, so I'm not going to do it. And then it was like, we're filing for divorce, we're selling the house, and this was like all as soon as they were coming back from North Carolina, like boom, 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 boom.
Would you recall when he gets back from North Carolina?
No, I don't even know how long he was out there. I know it was like less than 2 weeks and more than 1.
Okay.
That was
I
a
don't
negative.
remember.
That's
So
a
he's-
very
he
negative
comes back
stop,
early.
in my opinion. In my opinion, him being in North Carolina, she just told us right now with her right hand, where I think is where she lives with her negative emotions, that North Carolina, it was not a good time for her when he was there.
Well, I could see that. I'm sure she was miserable.
She did a
Early
lot
August,
in
would
that.
that be fair?
What?
Sorry. She did a lot in that. Like she did in that little segment, she did a couple of interesting blinks. She looked again when I feel like maybe it was maybe a deceptive. There was kind of a red flag on that. She made eye contact again with the camera. So I'm wondering if that camera is looking at the camera as a nervous or deception. That's all. This is going to, I feel like, take like 3 watch throughs at least for me.
It might, but why? I mean, what's the rush? I'd rather do it like right and like really just kind of because it's all about just discussing. I don't know. I think it's better to do it if it takes us 3. It takes us 3. What the heck?
Yeah. But
when do you want to? Okay, so when should we stop at this? Do you think?
Whenever you feel like. But can I make just one little point before I forget it?
Yeah.
So in my opinion only, she's fully, and I already thought this, but from where I think she expresses herself with her hands, she knew completely that he was with his wife And she's illustrating that, in my opinion, when she talks about them being together, with her joining her hands like a prayer. And then when she's talking about going through with not just separation, but when she talks about the future, she has her hands separated and talking about separating. So she knows at this current time that they are together and the hands are together. So it's a big indicator of what I always suspected with her, that she knew that they were together. And it wasn't, and when she talks about, and the kids know that, it's better than, she doesn't use the word together, but she does it with her hands, seeing the parents, and that's together, which is interesting. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, good job. Okay, so.
Yeah, it was definitely like in the first 2 weeks somewhere.
All right.
Probably the second week of August at some point in that. I don't remember when.
Does his wife come back with him at that time? Or
Yeah,
does
they
he,
all came back.
They all come back at the same
They
time?
all came back. And then, yeah, so he continues to just, tell me that this is like what he wants. And so I took the time, and you will see that in the text too, where I I found this apartment. It was perfect. It was so cute. I was like, it's in your price range. It's like 6 miles from the gym.
I was just about to say, man, she got a little attitude, and now it makes sense because she's going about the apartment searching again. She's angry because he's not he's not appreciating something about this apartment searching and stuff. Just go back to that other thing that she said. Did you see that little attitude? That's why I was just going like that, but then now it makes sense. She got a little, I don't know all the little terms or whatever. I just know just like, I'm just saying from my experience, just like, it reminded me of like an attitude, like she had this attitude, like, wow, she did not like that.
Rewind it so we could see it.
I know, but I get embarrassed because
Oh no, she's put on the spot.
I almost want to, okay, where was that first one where she talks about that?
What do you mean?
No, I wish I would have timestamped it. Shoot. Because it would be good to play that part and then go to this part. So it makes more sense because I didn't play it all together so people understand. Hold on a second. You're going to get so mad, huh? Where are we at? 54. Hold on. 54, 50. I have to write this down. I just want to see something. I just want to see. I'm going to skip through this. I just want to see something.
My stomach would do that. He was like, it's done. And he's like, and then the next day, I don't even know what days these were. Sometime when he was out there, he told me a very like kosher, we're done kind of thing.
Did you ever give him like books or?
No, shoot. I'm a little bit far.
Did you see any evidence of that? Him living in the basement? Did he
I
ever
don't
show
know
you that
where
area?
we're
I've seen it, yeah, I went down there, move forward with the separation and like actually file. He told me, well, I like Brighton, and I was like, okay. And then he told me he wanted a 2-bedroom apartment, and he said he wanted one room for him and the other room for his 2 girls. And I thought it was kind of cute. Like, I remember telling him, I was like, yeah, me and my sister had bunk beds, like, at my dad's house. And I was like, when we were little girls, and me and my sister the same age apart as him and as his 2 daughters, So I told him, I was like, they're going to love it. I was like, they might be, like, stuck in one room together. I was like, but they'll become, like, best buddies. And it was really exciting. Like, I liked helping him, and I just wanted him to, like, I don't know. This is what he told me he wanted. So I was like, well, I will help you do the research. But another thing that I really took care of.
Okay, so I wanted to find that part where she kind of does that, and then what, 54, 42. I just wanted to get the time.
No, I laughed. I laughed
What?
because when you're doing it, she did a really funny, you paused it on a really funny thing when you're going through, and she looked really hilarious.
So it's obvious, yeah, that she's not happy. She's helping him. He's not really appreciating it, not really giving back what she expects with the whole process. And then she does this attitude thing. So that's why. So you have to know that beforehand, because then she does this, and then she goes on to talk about the apartments and stuff again, right? You think I'm crazy? I feel like okay.
No, I want to see it because I'm just watching. I'm really fascinated by her right and left hands, and then I'll go back one other time and look at her eyes. But yes, and 14 asterisks, I think you're the one that said it. yes, dad is holding his wrist, and usually, but not, might not be in this situation because I don't have a baseline from yet, but usually when you hold your bones, anaphylactic.
Thank you.
Yay. Usually when you hold your bones, not bones, joints, any of your joints, you feel vulnerable.
Okay. All right, let me just see. I don't know exactly where this was at, but I just want to start writing this stuff down so I got it.
Back early August, would that be fair?
Oh yeah, it was definitely like in the first 2 weeks somewhere.
All right.
Probably the second week of August at some point in that. I don't remember when.
Does his wife come back with him at that time? Or
Yeah,
does he-
they all came back.
They all come back at the same
They
time?
all came back. And then, yeah, so he continues to just, tell me that this is like what he wants. And so I took the time, and you will see that in the text too, where I I found this apartment. It was perfect.
Wait, I think I missed it. Thanks, Pam. Hold on, you guys. I just want to see something. I know it's probably not even important to like figuring out, but I don't know. It's interesting.
No, it isn't.
And then, yeah, so he continues to just, tell me that this is like what he wants. And so I took the time, and you will see that in the text too, where I I found this apartment.
Right, that like you will see that it was like an attitude. It's not really that huge of emotion, but it's just like you will see that in the text. I took the
Yes.
Am I reading too much into it?
No.
But to me, it's like she's at it. I mean, she's not happy. And thank you, Pam, for the super sticker. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam Atkins.
But it's a real subtle like neck. It's like when you have like this attitude, like well, I took the time, and then she kind of gets loud, and it's just like, yeah, she's mad about this apartment. She's taking the time to help him with the apartment. He's not appreciating it. He's not going for it. He's not giving back what she wants in this apartment search, right?
I definitely think that you're onto something. But what I see here is she's upset that they're seeing the texts, and that's what that is.
Oh, what text?
Because she said you'll see it in the texts, and there's a slight flick of her wrist with her right hand, and I truly believe, once again I'll say that her emotions with negativity lie on her right side.
Well, thanks, Soul for Music. But is it the same spot that I'm talking about, though?
Maybe, but
Mine's more in the head.
But I feel like she has a lot of negativity with them seeing the texts.
Oh yeah, I mean we know that, but
But I do agree with
in the
you.
same spot because then she starts getting loud, like she's like, okay, but no, yeah, she does not want them to see the text. I agree with that too.
But I do agree with you that she did, because the way that, the other thing we talked about, that she did want the Chris to say something about it, and it seems like he kind of like dropped it. She didn't like the Brighton place that much, but she did like the 2-bedroom.
Thanks, Mary. Thank you, guys. We got Mary, have Soul, I got the new member, Flexus. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Mary. Alice Carpenter Hope. What a great name.
Another one that just super chatted. I don't want to Pam. Thank you guys. Yeah, thanks everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna play this part again and like watch her little head attitude. And then you said there was a wrist flicker or something too, or what?
A very slight wrist flick. Yeah.
Okay.
Back early August, would that be fair?
Oh yeah, it was definitely like in the first 2 weeks somewhere.
All right.
Probably the second week of August at some point in that. I don't remember when.
Does his wife come back with him at that time? Or
Yeah,
does he-
they all came back.
They all come back at the same
They
time?
all came back. And then, yeah, so he continues to just, tell me that this is like what he wants. And so I took the time, and you will see that in the text too, where I I found this apartment. It was perfect. It was so cute. I was like, it's in your price range.
I don't see
It's
the
like
wrist.
6 miles.
Did the wrist? When did that happen?
Sorry, that happened
I'm looking at the wrong
when she was
place.
saying you'll see this
Oh,
in the
okay.
text.
Oh, so that's before then, right? Okay.
That's what he told me. So, and and then he was like, she doesn't want it, so I'm not going to do it. And then it was like, we're filing for divorce, we're selling the house. And this was like all as soon as they were coming back from North Carolina, like boom, 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 boom.
Would you recall when he gets back from North Carolina?
No, I don't even know how long he was out there. I know it was like less than 2 weeks and more than one.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So he comes back early August. Would that be fair?
Oh yeah, it was definitely like in the first 2 weeks somewhere.
All right.
Probably the second week of August at some point in that. I don't remember when.
Does his wife come back with him at that time? Or
Yeah,
does
they
he,
all came back.
They all come back at the same
They
time?
all came back. And then, yeah, so he continues to just, you know, tell me that this is like what he wants. And so I took the time, and you will see that in the text too, where I I found this apartment. It was perfect. It was so cute. I was like, it's in your price range. It's like 6 miles from the gym. It's 23 miles from work. I'm like, you know, it's super close to Frederick. It's going to be by your kid's school. Like, this is the spot, you know, and I told him, I was like, I'll keep looking for more places. And he's like, well, there's some that I want to go see too. And he actually had me thinking that he was going to go look at these places this week. Before all
Okay,
this.
so this is fairly recent then, if we're
this
talking
just
about.
happened, like in the last.
He's going to
couple
go
weeks.
look at apartments.
He wanted me to go
during,
with him.
When you say this week, are you saying
Like this
Monday
this
was
week.
the 13th?
Like this week.
Okay.
Yeah, so I told him, I was like, well, pick out a few spots, and if you want me to come with you, I'll go look at them. But you know.
You said earlier that he had never, or that the apartment wasn't for you and him. It was just for him and his children.
Oh yes.
It was. You had no intentions of moving in with him.
No, I have my own spot. I still have a lease there till July, and even then, like, he never asked me to move in with him,
Okay.
and I never tried to move in with him. I mean, I told him. I mean, I really try to take everything with this whole situation very slow. The only part that I screwed up on was the fact that he wasn't completely separated from her when him and I decided to spend time with each other. That is where I screwed up. But other than that, everything else, it was always like, you know, you build your life, I'm going to build my life, we will intertwine them, but I am not ready to, like, do this. And he respected that. And I even said that, and I don't know, that might be in the text, but said that too, where it's like, Chris, like, you need space. Like, you're just getting out of a divorce. Like, personally, I think jumping into a new relationship is a little quick. It's like, I was in a relationship earlier this year, and I think this is also a little quick. And I'm like, so why don't we take our time? And I'm like, if you guys end up doing a week on, a week off with your kids, I'm like, the week you have your kids,
Okay.
be with your children. And the week that you don't.
Why don't we take a little time? I don't believe that happened. I don't believe that was said.
Thanks, Becky. Hold on, I just want to say thank you, Becky.
Yes.
Thank you, Becky.
Thank you,
so
Becky
much.
Rogers. Also, Gigi Jardine did a 12-month.
Oh, Gigi! Wow, 12 months. Thank
Uh-huh.
you. You're very loyal.
Thank you, Gigi.
That's awesome. Thanks.
And I also said Mary's name wrong. Mary Elise Carpenter Hope. Thank you.
What is Elise? Elise. Okay, Elise.
I
Mary
might still-
Elise Carpenter Hope.
Am I saying it wrong?
Match. Or Match. No, you're asking her.
No, I'm
Oh,
asking
yeah.
you. What do you think?
I think it's Elise. How did you say it the first time?
Alice.
Oh, okay. You probably just didn't see it. Yeah, I think it's Elise.
I did it. Yeah, I didn't do it good the first time. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, I've mispronounced so many. So many. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Jen, good night. Jen.
Hey, Crystalina Bacteria. What's up? And Jen, good night. Yeah. Good night. Hi, RR. Okay, so what were you saying now then? Oh, I hope I didn't just mess you up. You were saying
No,
that,
I don't think you did. I think
oh,
I
you
was
don't
done
think
talking.
that they took a break. I don't think they did either.
Did I even write that down? I don't think I wrote that down, but whatever. I forgot. But yes, whatever just happened, it was not true. She's not telling, in my opinion, not telling the truth.
All right. This is Gailey. I'm pretty sure this is Gailey, right?
Is it Gailey?
I think. Aren't you Gailey on case Purse was there? I'm pretty sure.
That would make so much sense if it's Gailey.
It is, I'm pretty sure. Because she was in the last chat with this name too.
She was.
Yeah, and the Sherry Papini one. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's Gail. Yes, Gail.
Gaily. Oh my gosh, Gaily. You always make her so
I
happy.
know. She's so funny.
Gaily, that's awesome.
Wait,
The best. Okay,
what?
it's the best.
I know.
Okay. All right.
I know,
Sorry.
that's what I was saying when they were talking about that. How would she ever have time? I think I agree. She thinks that
Mm,
schedule's awesome, but would she really like that? Like every day off, he's with his kids. The only time she'll be able to spend with him is on the days that he works. Would she really like that? The way we know how she, I mean, we really do know. Well, if we believe Chris, I guess. I don't know. They're both hard to believe, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see how like you're just starting a relationship, and it doesn't seem like she's too fond of kid. Like not everybody is a kids person. Like maybe she'll end
mm,
up having kids in her life, but like she doesn't have any. She doesn't seem like she's, huge into it at that moment of her life, at least. She's still younger. Um, so to have to spend that time with her new love with his kids, that would just, I don't know if that would make her very happy. I'm not saying that's me. I'm just saying what we know about her. Like it doesn't seem like that's something she would be very happy about.
mm,
I guess we don't know a
maybe.
ton about her though. We're making a lot of assumptions about her because we don't know a lot about her, but we're
Hmm.
just knowing a very like what would you call this type of knowledge of her, because it's very only very specific type
Hmm.
of uh of behavior, like only on these interviews. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't see her in her natural environment or anything. So
Hmm.
we haven't heard anything from friends, anything from boyfriends. So we really don't. All we know is like this very I know thinking a word, I can't think of what that word is.
Limited,
Limited, that's a good word. Limited.
very limited. It could be very biased because it's in this thing that we all feel a connection to for whatever reason, that we all have our own personal reasons. And it's hard to leave the personal feelings at the door and come in and look at this, in a different
Yeah.
way.
And I always try to keep that in my head. And sometimes I get like in the moment and I get so mad when I see that she's lying and I forget and I think of the kids and I don't know, I just get mad. But then like I always try to like remember, wait a minute, what do we really know about her? Like it's like really like it's too quick to judge. I think it's too little to judge. So yeah, she made some bad choices. She had a relationship with a married man, like, but does that do you know
I
anybody? Does any okay? Think about this, guys. In your lives, do you know anybody? Do you have any friends that have done the same thing? Honestly, do you don't have to answer it, but do you have any people in your life that you know that fell in love or hooked up with a married man?
100%, I'll answer that. Yes, I know
Okay,
people.
and are you friends with them? Do you hate them? Do you look at them like they're horrible people? Are they your family? Do you love them? Are they good friends? You don't have to
They're
answer it, but
good
I'm just think
people,
about it. What?
but it's not just that though. I feel with her, and I'm sorry that this is by side. And in the beginning, if anyone missed it, what I said is I really have to leave all this at the door when I'm trying to view this from a different perspective. Shannon Murphy.
Thanks, Shannon. I like your cute little doggy. Look at the cute little doggy.
Where? Oh, is it Jack Russell? That's so
No, but it's
cute.
cute. I love that picture. But go ahead. But I don't know. She could be a horrible person. I'm just saying it's not enough for me to know for sure. And sometimes I'll come out and I'll lash out at her and be like, God, she's a liar, an idiot, stop. She makes me sick or whatever. But then I'm always like, wait a minute. Like, I don't even know this girl. All I know is these interviews and this bias because she was with a man that killed his family. So, but go ahead. What were you going to say? It's more than
No, and
that.
I
What is
think
it?
that it's fair, but it's more for me, it's more than that. For
Okay.
me, what it is it's not just that you're with married man, but this man then went on to be a family annihilator, and you had the presence of thought to think about Amber Fry. But what the difference between Nicole and Amber Fry is that Amber Fry put her felt so much compassion about, and so much remorse or whatever it was about what had happened to Lacey, that she put herself in the line of fire, wore a wire, and instead of delete this, she didn't just delete. You know what I mean? Nicole didn't just delete. She smashed a SIM card. She annihilated her SIM card. It was unnecessary. And I get a lot of people say, well, I would be embarrassed. I would do the same thing.
Can you explain? I don't understand the SIM card, but before you answer that, how do you know she wouldn't have wore a wire? This happened so much quicker than the Scott Peterson. The day she came, that was the day he was confessing. So she wouldn't even, she went and talked to them the first time that night he confessed, or that day. So maybe she would have. We don't know. She didn't have the time. She didn't have that I don't want to say luxury, but she didn't have that. Like, we don't know what she would have done. Like, how do we know she wouldn't have done that? But there was no option. She didn't have that option because
but why was then the option to destroy a SIM card?
I don't know about the SIM card. SIM cards are just contacts. What do you mean? Why would she destroy
Well, why did she destroy it then,
I never heard of that.
contact?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, let's even say she just erased it. What would be the point?
What SIM card are you talking about?
Her phone, like her data and her phone. Like she's like, I just deleted everything off my phone.
Yeah, I thought she just deleted it, because of iPhones, you could, if you take out the SIM card, it doesn't have a removable SIM card. You have to take off the back and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know did she have an
iPhone? Yeah, they had iPhones. That was the whole thing, why it was so hard. One of the reasons it was harder to get the information out. We always said, man, if it was Android, they probably would have been able to recover a lot more. But because it was Apple, it's a little bit more difficult. I don't know. I never heard she destroyed it. I thought she just deleted the stuff. That's what they talk about, that she just deleted it. Where did you hear that she'd stepped on it? Tell me, because maybe
I don't know. I don't know if it was necessarily said that she stepped on it or broke it with a hammer, but that's how I see it in my head. But she said that it was destroyed. I don't remember. It has to be somewhere in the Discovery, no?
I never saw that. I don't know. I could have missed some things in the Discovery, but I don't remember ever even hearing about it yet, let alone reading about it. I should say it the other way. I don't know. Whatever. No, I never heard.
I'll try to find it.
Because all SIM cards are phone numbers. They're not the data, right?
I don't know, because my
SIM cards SIM cards are just your contacts.
Well, my SIM card has everything on it.
No, but I think you have a SIM card and a data card, right? Doesn't Androids don't you have both?
No, it has a SIM card, and then there's things you could put on the SIM card, and then there's stuff that's on the phone. But there's only one card, and it's just a SIM card, and then you can choose what you put on your SIM card. So it could be whatever you want. You could keep phone numbers there, whatever you want. But a lot of my valuable stuff is on my SIM card,
I thought what I'm kind of remembering, but I'm not sure if this is true. What I'm kind of remembering is she was taught, maybe, this is hazy, but now that you're saying it, maybe was there some talk on her old Android that she ended up reactivating, that she said she destroyed or didn't have her SIM card for that, so she couldn't do it, because you know what I'm saying, since the iPhones, I was told they don't really have SIM cards, but somebody argued and said, no, you could take it out of the back. You just have to take the top back off, and then it makes your phone, it supposedly makes your iPhone less, I guess. I don't know. That's what the iPhone people told me a while ago. But I remember some people in the chat saying that's not like that anymore. But there's no spot you'd have to take off the back. But I remember, I think are you getting it confused with her new Android, where she said she didn't have the SIM card for that Android, I think it was an old Android she was reactivating in that other video interview. Remember, she thinks she's going to give them the iPhone. So she's like, oh, this is my Android. I don't know how to work it. Doesn't she talk about a SIM card there that she got destroyed, or she had to get a new one? She had to go to the store and get a new SIM card or something. Yeah. But that wasn't anything to do with the iPhone, I don't think. She's talking about it's her old Android. She needed a new SIM card for it to get all her contacts back.
No, what I was under the impression of was, I didn't even think that it was an iPhone. I thought that it was all on an Android device, because I didn't think iPhones
she was switching
had
to an
SIM cards.
Android. They don't. They're internally. Right. But I was told the newer ones, you can open them and take them out, but none of them just go in. They're internal.
Right.
No, hers was an app iPhone. They were all on iPhones. That's why it was harder to
Okay.
get it. Because we even said, man, if it was a freaking Android, they probably would have been, even if she deleted those, they still would have been able to get it. All that stuff. I believe they would have been able to still get the stuff.
So is
But
it then it could possibly be true that she didn't destroy?
I think I remember talking about a SIM card either being broken for her, the Android, because remember she said it was her old, so she got a phone or something, the Android. I think it was one of her old ones she had before or something. She had to get a new SIM code. She had to go to I think phone, wherever she went to get a new SIM card. She might have mentioned it being broken, but that had nothing to do with her iPhone. That was two different things. I thought I was under the impression she meant that was destroyed from the past. It was broken from the past. She had to go get a new one because I don't think you could take I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't remember.
Well, I could be wrong too. So I'll look for it. I'll do a thing on the Discover, the
Yeah, no, I
search.
know Androids have SIM cards. Wait, I think you're misunderstanding me. Androids do have SIM cards. I'm saying iPhones, they have. I always thought they had the SIM card internally and you couldn't take them out. But when I talked about this before, everybody said, no, you could take them out. They had told me in the past, if you take it out, it takes your phone down a level. For the iPhone, you have to keep it in. Somebody else said, no, now they make them. They're not like that. But they're not like the Androids where you go get them and the SIM card's right there. They're like they're inside. You have to take them back. So yeah, Androids are different. I'm just repeating
Yeah.
myself, but I feel like maybe I'm not saying it right and people are
No, you are.
confusing.
I think that we'll just have to like dig into the Discovery and see where it says it, and then like
So you say so you're saying you saw it in the Discovery. You're not talking about that interview, the video interview.
it has to either be the Discovery or the interview, because where else has she spoken? Right? So like it has to be one of those things. I don't know. We'll find it.
Oh, you're saying it was from what she said. Though. That's I wasn't sure. Is it something that
Yeah.
they said? Oh, she destroyed it. It's something then yeah, man, I didn't take it that way at all when she was saying it in the interview. I took it as like it got destroyed from it being old. It was the past. She just had to go get a new one because that was her old Android from a while ago. It got broke and she had to. I didn't look at it as like it was. I don't know, but maybe I misunderstood it. Now I want to go watch it.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be freaking torture. That one's hard to watch. I like watching this one better. Well, maybe because I haven't watched it yet, but like just the angle and I don't know. But I better because maybe I did misunderstand it because some people in the chat are saying they heard the same thing. So I don't know, guys.
Well, that's always been the way that I've looked at it, but I've probably forgotten more about the Discovery than in the last however many years. I haven't even thought about it. I ever care to remember again.
Well, you got to remember, Rachel, though, this was in 2018. My phone was newer than that, and mine don't have a slot. So theirs would have been an older version. I think the newer ones, they might, everybody's saying, you guys said that like last year too. But remember 2018, you know what I'm saying? I think it was an iPhone 8 or 7. And they're not at that. Those ones didn't because mine doesn't. Mine's newer than that. So I don't know. I think it's the newer ones maybe, and they wouldn't have had the new ones, right? I don't know, but besides we got to go look because I don't know. I might have misunderstood what she was saying. What did you guys understand about that when she was saying it about the interview? Can you guys chat? Like, were you thinking she was meaning that she destroyed? But I don't even think she said. Did she say she destroyed, or did she just say it was broken and she had to get a new one?
Well, how do you break a SIM card? Like, think about how you would break a SIM card. They're not that. They're tiny in phone. Sorry, people might be new here.
I think people understand it. We're misunderstanding when I say internal. I mean like there's not a slot for the iPhone. Like an Android, you put it right in. You actually have to like take it, at least on the old iPhones. Maybe you guys have newer ones, but there's not.
You have a really pretty case, though.
It's red.
Or is it metallic?
Kinda, yeah.
I love it.
They do have SIM cards, but they're in there. I don't know, man. I think I really wrong. Everybody's misunderstanding.
I don't think
the older iPhones don't have. You would have to like take off the back. Non-removable. Yes, that's what I mean. I just say internal. I don't know, guys. It's non-removable. Like the Androids are just. And they've always been that way. Maybe iPhones updated, but they never used to be that way. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. Yeah, you need okay. It's on the side. You need you needle the side. I know. I'm saying you can't do it, but it's not. Oh, that's what I'm
I think
saying.
they understand.
Okay. I know it's
Yeah.
in there, but it's not like the androids. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh well, Clinton smashed her. Oh, you crack me up. Anyway, so but yeah, I'm gonna have to sit through that because I gotta know. That's
Now
making me
you.
wonder. Wow,
Mhm.
isn't that crazy how a bunch of people are like, just say, me and you could both listen to the same interview and be
Mhm.
perceiving it totally different.
Mhm.
And it could be a huge thing because if she did break it, that's crazy. But why though? Because SIM cards I thought were just held like the contacts. I didn't think they would hold.
Mm-mm.
I didn't think they held like I thought the memory data card would hold like the texts and stuff like that. I didn't think the SIM card. Wait, is the Android? Because I haven't had an Android in so long. Doesn't an
Mm.
Android have a different slot for a SIM card compared to your what is it called, the SD card or whatever? It's
Mm.
different, right?
It only has the only thing that you could remove on an Android is like the SD whatever
Oh, it
SIM
is
SD.
together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was two separate things. Okay, then I guess
Mm-mm.
maybe it does hold the same stuff.
Because there's like an internal. I could save stuff to internal data, but it's easier if I have like 100 and whatever gigabytes, like just to
But
put
see,
it
that's
on there.
different. That's it. Thank you. I
Mm.
remember on Android you have a choice where to save it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
iPhones, at least maybe I'm dumb guy, so I shouldn't say it's for sure, but I think they all just get saved to the same spot.
Hmm.
You can serve it to iCloud, which that sucks because where do you grab the stuff from iCloud? I don't know. I still haven't figured it out. Like where?
Hmm.
Oh, it's in iCloud, but where do you go get it then? Because, and I've asked people, nobody can answer. How do I get to my iCloud stuff? I have no idea. But like you could save it to iCloud, but it's not like Android was like save it external or internal or whatever. Or I don't know if that's how it's worded, but I remember having Android, you had a choice. iPhones, you don't. Yeah, you could send it up to iCloud to heaven, wherever, but like you can't,
Heaven.
because I mean, I don't
Love
nobody
that.
nobody knows where it's at or how to get there, but like, or I should say where it's at. But like yeah, so that is it is must be a little bit different because we don't have
Mm.
that choice on iPhone, right?
Yeah. I
So
don't
there's
know,
something
but we
different
should
about
find
it.
out. I'm really curious. Am I chewing in everyone's ear? I got to the gum. Usually I'm on camera, I guess, licking, but we should find out. But we will.
Yeah, because what we really need to find out is, because this is huge, because if she's saying that and she's referring to the Android having to get a new SIM card because she destroyed the SIM card from the iPhone, if that's
Mm-hmm.
really what she's saying, is the iPhone SIM card even transferable to an Android? Because if it's not, then that's probably not what she's saying. But if it is, then maybe she's saying it. So let's find out if it is is it
Mm-hmm.
the same? Would it fit in an Android?
I
You
don't
know what
know
I'm
because I
saying?
don't
If
know
not, maybe she's
iPhones.
just talking about her old SIM card from the Android. But if it
Mm-hmm.
is, then maybe she is. You know what I'm saying? Because if she is talking about, and it is transferring, and she's talking about the iPhone, then that's a little bit suspicious. Because why is she deleting that SIM card that's from her conversation with Chris? But if it's just her old SIM card from her Android from the past, then it means nothing if she is broke, because that was before Chris, right? Do you see
Right.
where I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And
Anyway,
I would love to not judge her if I'm wrong about the way that I've been judging her, because that's mainly my bone of contention with her is you went through all these, and I don't believe it was because of anyway.
wait, you
Yeah.
don't believe what?
I don't believe it was like she broke it because I'm so disgusted with this guy who lied to
No, I don't
me.
think that either. I think
Yeah.
she's ashamed of some of that stuff, and I think it will make her look a little suspicious, but not be. I don't think it's. I'm not saying because I think she did it, but just because I think she said things that are a little off. Okay, thanks, Shannon. Shannon. So then you don't think she was there, so you think kind of the same thing as me is why she would want to hide it, right? Because you said you don't think she was there, right?
Thank you,
Thanks,
Shannon Murphy.
Shannon. I know, Shannon. I almost I called her
We're
Shanann.
shenanigans it so much. Yeah, I mean, tell us, Shannon, what you guys think. And what was the question that you had before for everybody in chat? You said, what did everybody think? Right? That's the question you had. Like, what does everybody think with the I don't know,
With what?
guys. I don't remember.
Just now or at the beginning of the whole live chat?
No, like maybe 10 minutes ago before we start talking Sim, I feel.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm sorry. I mean,
Why
I
are you
probably just,
sorry? Did
I
you
don't
have your
know because
lollipops?
yeah. Did I
Okay,
enjoy
we're
them?
probably no. Do you have them? We're probably gonna end soon because
I already ate 2. I know. I think I am. So anybody that hasn't gave the magic phrase to be entered in the giveaway, I am about ending in a few minutes. So if you want to be entered in the giveaway, go ahead and do it in the next couple minutes.
whoa, you guys, you're doing a giveaway. What are you giving
Yeah,
away?
$30 Starbucks card. But
Yay!
go look at the community post that I gave the I'm doing the StreamYard one. I hope it works. Where you put the word, you put the phrase and then it enters them, and then I pick and then it picks, there's a giveaway tool for StreamYard, and then it'll pick yeah. So
I'm
I left
so
the phrase in the community
excited.
post for all members, and then they got it, and then they've been posting it all through the night what it is.
I'm so excited to see that because we've been wanting to see the StreamYard
Yeah.
giveaway thing. So that's cool that you're giving away $30 to Starbucks because we all need coffee. Becky Rogers, if that's a serious question, what the hell is Jim?
Jim is NK's one of her best friends that there's leave Jim alone. Like people, I don't know, people always say that because it's funny, because that's what she said during one of the interviews. Which one is it? Is it this one? Is it? Ooh.
Is it?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me think if I could picture her like in the other one saying it. I think it is this one. This one
Are
is
you
the best
sure?
one. Well, I can't
Is
picture
it not
her
the
name.
park? It's not the park one?
No, I don't think it's the park one, is it?
don't
I hope
know.
not. Well, let's just be surprised. We'll find out.
Yes. Oh my gosh, you guys.
I
Could
think it is this
be?
one too.
Oh, wait. Everyone's saying it's this one.
I think. I hope. I think it is too.
Linda,
So
yes, I think it might be for members only, the giveaway.
yes, this one's for members only, but I am gonna do a subscription one. You guys, like Dark Sea, you said there's a choice where I could save it to a card. Why don't I have that choice? Where do I have it at? I have iCloud, and then I have that. For some reason, I am paying for iCloud 200 gigabytes, which my whole family's like, they're fine. I barely have anything on my phone, but because there's something screwed up about it, the minute I let that expire, it's like I couldn't do anything with my phone, and I deleted everything off of it. Nope. So I had to go add it again. I've been paying for it for like, what, 5 years for this 200 gigabytes that I don't even know how to get to, and nobody else needs it. But I don't know why it made me do it. But anyway, where is it? I've never had that option, but maybe, hold on, let's see, iPhone. No, just iCloud. Huh. Anyway, maybe I'm just stupid. General.
Lucia, what's your little picture? Oh, cute, Lucia, if you're still here. Tiff zavgirl used to live in Colorado, and she's done a video where she explains that. She was going to explain it tonight.
Explain what?
The
Well,
ping.
it says first one, make it sense. What?
The ping.
Where does it say that?
I couldn't find where it says that, but people were responding.
Okay.
You're like,
why don't I get it? Let me get it, because then I'll get the phone records too. I mean, all I have to do is GP. I could do it probably real quick, the ping thing, but I'd rather do it on the next one where I have that along with the phone records. It's in my files. I mean, so I haven't, I could show you both that she didn't call him 2 weeks prior, or she didn't call him every morning leading up to it. There was like a few weeks leading up to it. She didn't call him that morning. Grouped with like, and then I could show you the ping too. And then we'll do it together to next part 2. So I could do both of them together. But I'm just trying to figure out this thing real quick.
Look at the screen, Darcy, put what to do.
Okay, hold on. Menu.
So yeah, you guys, Tiff does a really good job of explaining the ping. I also, prior to having discussions with Zav about the ping, but I still believe.
I'm not talking about, the SIM context. I'm talking about like when you're saving something and you have a choice to save it externally to the SIM card or to the SD card, or you save it to the contacts. Because I think my point is, I think the SIM card in here is only for like the contacts and stuff. Because I don't think you have a choice to save your data, because it's not with the SD card. Like she's saying, with Android has the SD card with the SIM card, so the data stuff would be on that. But I don't think it's on the SIM card for that. I don't know why. I just don't think it is, and that's why I don't think that it's the same thing. I don't think that SIM card for the iPhone would have had that information on it. But I know most people are saying I'm wrong, but I'm going to do a little bit of research.
Yes. And I'm good being wrong too. Yes, Jeanette Pupko. Yes, we see you. Right now, I'm laughing really hard at NK's purse was there. Gailey saying that. The gym card. Yes, Jeanette, we see you. How are you?
Yeah, phone storage. No, there's no SIM. You can't store, like, it doesn't show like you could just save things like when you're saving, like, oh, let me save this picture and let me save it to my external, my SD card. I don't think you have that option. You could save it to iCloud, but I don't think it's a little bit different with those. Okay, so let's do the drawing, guys. Are you ready?
Are we doing it right now?
I think, or well, we're not done. Are we going to go through more of the interview?
No, we're done. I didn't know that we were actually going to do it tonight. I'm so excited.
Yeah, 5612. Did you get yours in, Bella? Or are you going to enter in or no?
No, so
Okay.
it'll give everyone more chances.
I hope it works. Watch it.
I know.
Okay, this is the first time I'm using it. I follow the instructions the way they said. Now, as long as you guys put it in exactly the way I told you, with exactly all the characters, I try to explain it and like make sure you put this and this in there. It should be good. You should be entered. Okay. But let's see. Let me share my screen. Okay. And you'll see. You're gonna see what I put in.
First one wants to enter. Is it too late?
Oh, you have to be a member. You have to be a member to enter. But I am going to do one for subscribers too this weekend or this week. But for this one, it's a members only. So you would have to be a member. Well, one of the mods leave the members link if you want. You don't have to. I mean, but if you want to be a member, you'd have to be a member. And then you go to the community thing, and then you get the magic word.
The magic word.
You should kind of be here. I don't watch everybody. Should I wait or no?
Should we wait? Is there a chance first one that we should wait for you, or are you going to do it next time?
Why do I feel guilty that when I do members, but I can't because they, because it's a perk for members. So I'm such a baby. Anyway, no, Trish, we're going to do a part 2. Because we're already going on 3, almost 4 hours. So we're going to do a part 2, maybe part 3, and just kind of go through it in pieces.
Why does it keep saying leave Jim alone in the same way? Am I missing something? Oh, that's probably.
All right, let's just do the drawing.
Okay. I was like, why am I? Okay. Everyone's saying it. Okay.
All right. I don't know. Should I have waited? Now I feel bad but they didn't answer first one.
First one, tell us. Maybe they're in the middle of.
I know, and I'm scared that I'm gonna.
Okay, listen. We'll sing a song, okay? Hold on.
Yeah, quilt's going to be a different drawing, but it is going to be a members thing.
You're
But we're not.
do a
That's not gonna be for a little, maybe like a week or two when I do, because I want to give people a chance. Because we did it for the 2 top tiers. Wait, so it's first. Are they not gonna do it right? I don't know how long I should wait. First one.
First one just left chat.
14 asterisk. You're a cheater.
Why? 14 asterisks. We thought so much highly of you, higher than it's late. I can't even.
Okay, don't wait. Okay, let's do this. All right, so I hope it works. I'm nervous.
Share the screen. Share the screen.
I know I am. So that was the the thing. Bella had to ruin it. Now 14 asterisks.
I was like tripping out while everyone was putting in an asterisk.
I told them to like kind of do it throughout the live, and everybody was doing it randomly throughout the live, but I think I scared everybody when I said make sure you put it in exactly. So I think everybody that already probably did it redid it just in case, because I think most of these people already had it in throughout the live, and then they probably like, wait, did I put that in right? Because I said don't make it obvious. I said just put it in randomly through the live, and then so it's not obvious everybody's doing it at the same time. Okay, so let's do it. You guys ready? So entry's 37. Does that sound about right? Hopefully. All right, here we go, guys.
Wow.
Who's it gonna be? Heather Fields!
Yay! Heather Fields! Congratulations!
Is she in here? Let's see. I always had the worst luck is when I pick the drawing, the person's not here.
The person
Which is
gave
fine,
up.
but I like him to be here to celebrate. But I don't see him here anymore.
Heather!
I don't see I'm going up. But I mean, Heather, shoot. At least I hope, because the whole thing is when I do the forms, I have their email, so I know how to get a hold of them. But with this way, I don't, because
Heather.
I don't know how to get a hold of them. So I hope she sees this.
Heather.
Heather. Well, the one time, there's been times where people didn't collect on it because they didn't see it. And then I decided to do the forms where I had their email, so I knew how to get a hold of them. But Heather,
I love your background. Heather might not be here, but what about giving her until she checks back? She builder, hi.
Hi, She Builder. Okay, Heather, you won. If anybody sees her around in chats, let her email me.
Heather, if
and,
you're seen on campus.
and email me. I'll give you a week to collect. That's long enough, right?
That's nice. So till next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday. Email me and let me know that you where to send it. You know. My email's in the descriptions, and then gosh, I knew it. But then, okay, so we're gonna have to do a whole new drawing.
That'll be so much fun. That'll be so much fun if we do it again.
I'm gonna do the next one's gonna be for subscribers, so I'll put on just subscriber chat. So you have to be a subscriber to even be able to get in chat to do it, you know. And then and then
who's Odin one? I want to see whoever named my dog's name.
Wait, where?
That'd be good. Linda, I don't know where Odin one is. That'll be fun.
Oh, they're talking about a video.
Okay,
so well, I'll give her a week, and then if not, we'll have to pick another one.
Brianna, Cece.
I know, but the thing is I can't. Wonder if you could draw. Yeah, but even draw again. I guess you could. Shoot, but that would be really sucky though. If then she sees it and then I pick somebody else because I didn't put that stipulation. I have to. I should have said it at the beginning. I can't do that unless I said it at the beginning, right?
It's okay.
Wait, what's okay?
Next time you'll do it.
Next time, okay.
But
I thought you were saying it's okay. Just pick another one.
No, but Heather, you have 1 week. Congratulations! You get to see the happen.
Yeah, next time we're gonna have to say, yeah, you have to be here because it's too hard because I don't have everybody's emails and okay.
Hmm. Thank you guys for asking about Odin. He's doing, I don't know if I said, so he's cancer free. Did I say that? Did I tell everybody?
Yeah, and you're one. Yeah, you did. But go ahead and tell
Okay.
people that didn't know.
Yeah, so he's cancer free. He's sitting behind me wanting his dinner right now. And you probably heard him licking and snoring and everything else.
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I swear.
Awesome.
Wow, Frankie wouldn't shut up.
I doubt it.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, yes, that's a good idea. And then I'll give her a week, and then if not, we'll do it again. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
Odin, isn't that great news? He got
It's
his
such good news.
staples
Knocking
out.
wood. Everyone's positivity. You guys, we are creating the best positive. You guys, the best positivity. I mean, manifesting it in such an amazing way. And we hope that it reaches everybody out there while you guys watching, listening to us, that you guys have positivity in your lives and manifest and all your dreams come true. Because it's happening, isn't it, Tip?
Yeah, no, it is.
We're getting
Yeah.
amazing stuff. I got sand in my teeth. Talking about it.
yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean? And then I got
No, there was
I
something
wanted
else that could have. Wait,
mhm.
I don't. Go ahead. What?
No, that's
Oh,
see? Yeah. Rachel Rose, I always have been showing my face, but today I didn't because I was running so late and I was just wanting to come in and get in really fast. So just sitting here in the dark and canoes.
all right. So I got the timestamp. So we will continue this. This might be a 3-parter for sure. 2
Might
part
be.
too, but maybe 3.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys. Yeah, if you see Heather Fields, tell her she's got a week. So get her butt here. And sand flavored blow pops.
I ate
yeah.
magnetic sand. I think the blow pops helped to like get
Kinetic.
it
She
out.
ate kinetic sand. She thought it was candy. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. But like it wasn't really my fault.
It was, yeah. It was talent. It came in a. Well, are you gonna do
No.
this there? Oh, okay.
No, but it wasn't my fault because it was mimicking itself as something that it wasn't.
Yes, it
But
was.
it wasn't toxic and it was purple and it just said that the only side effects, well, I had a bunch, I don't know. Then you said it was magnetic and something happened.
Well, no, I was saying it's connect, like it like sticks to each other. So I was saying, no, I was just joking and said it'll all come together in your stomach. They'll all come together and then they'll go out together. Like is what I was trying to say. It'll all form together. And then is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
But then I said that maybe it would help. Like maybe it would fix it. I don't know.
Wait,
Yeah,
did it? Wait, did it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Today, my tongue's not numb today.
See? I'm telling you, this weird things. Like, what if that was really all you needed the whole time, and just the weird universe, like it gave it to you in a weird way, and that's exactly what fixed it. You never know.
Fixed it.
Just think about it. I mean, think. I think that maybe that did it.
It might have fixed it. Yes, like maybe like it. I just had to eat it. Well, because it was in a really pretty wrapper, and it looked pretty, and it was purple and everything, and then it had no flavor, and then it was really gritty to where if I went, can you hear that? If I went like that, you could hear it. And I brushed my teeth like 3 times, it still wasn't coming out.
Yeah. No, I know I'm planning on getting a PO box. Yeah, because it was, the packaging was misleading. Like I would have probably looked at it and thought it was candy, but I would have realized when I opened it, it wasn't. But you know.
Well, I'm sorry. I've never held kinetic sand, sticky sand before. I don't know what that is. Why are they sticking sand in funny wrappers?
I don't know, but thank you, Terry. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm glad you're okay. And I think it might have been some kind of miracle. When do you want to? When do you think we could come back and do this? Bella's gonna do her next video soon too. But like, when can we give an average? Because we do got it. Like, we can't like wait too long.
We can't
right?
wait long.
Like,
Well,
when do you
we'll
think?
come back. Will you do it tomorrow? Or you want me to be here? We'll figure
Oh
it
yeah,
out.
I
It'll
guess
be
you
soon.
or yeah, but at least for one of the parts. Like, maybe I could do one by myself, but at least for one more part, I want you there. But we'll
Okay.
figure it out. It'll be.
We'll figure it out.
We won't wait too long.
No,
Right?
we could
In the
do it
next
Sunday,
days or
maybe.
something? Okay.
We could do it together Sunday. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm just leaving tomorrow, so I won't be around.
All right, guys. Thank you. This was fun. Like this. That's why I wanted to wait to watch it with you guys. It was so much more fun to just like talk about it with you guys. Because you know, like when you're watching it by yourself, you like have all these thoughts, and you're like, oh, who do I even tell them to? Like,
Who
or
do
like,
I
you're
tell
like,
it
oh,
to?
stop it, or like you get all like whatever passionate, and it's like it's not that fun because it's like okay, you're just like in your head, so it's like more fun to be able to talk. about it.
Listen, just tell Zeke, you know?
If I had him, I barely ever get to see the boy. I would love to tell Zeke, but I don't get much time with him. I get more
Look at
time with you guys
Kimmy.
than him. Honestly, I spend more time with you guys than him.
Aw.
Not by my choice. Grandma. Psst, sweet dreams. Oh my God! That's exactly how it should be spelled. Thank
Really?
you. I'm writing that down. That one's a. That's a. Hold on, let me write that down because I always try to spell it like my sounds and I can't get it around. I can't get it right. Okay. Yes, exactly. So what?
Sisters 325 is really a magnetic sticky thing. Is it really? Oh, I thought you were saying about what I ate because I'm like, that's what's in my stomach. God, it's you guys, I'm tired, okay? I'm
Thanks,
not
Lisa.
even making any sense.
No, yeah, you are. No,
I
you're
ate
good.
sand, guys. I ate
Yeah,
sand.
but that was yesterday.
I'm a grown up and I ate sand.
It's okay. We all
Good
have
night,
those
guys.
moments. All right. Good night, everybody. Cherry. Oh, there was a lot of people I haven't seen in a while too that came tonight. Thank you.
Aww.
I know.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of new people, so it's been really good. All
You
right,
guys are awesome. Thank you for being an amazing community.
Definitely. You guys
The
have
best
been.
community out there, you guys.
Yes.
Thank you. Who named the Watts boy Nico Lee? I have a friend named Nicole. And everyone calls her Coolie.
Oh, cool. My last family dog's name was Nico.
Really? Doesn't it mean, you know what? I feel like in Farsi it means lucky or luck, like Nick.
Something
Nick.
it was an Italian name. Well, that we got it out of the book of like Italian names or whatever, and that's where my mom found it, and then we named him that. So it was like it came up as an Italian name, which makes sense because that's why they were named. Remember, Shanann said it was
True.
Italian. So,
Mm-hmm.
all right, guys,
Woody,
thank
Woody.
you.
Good night.